I didn't hit go live.
Welcome to Breeder Syndicate 3.0, the next evolution of the look into counterculture that is canon. My name is Matthew, owner of Riot Seeds, and this started as a one-man mission for strain history and breeding science. Over time, it's evolved into something bigger, better, and more of a team effort. We will be joined by members of the Canilluminati and other friends throughout the seasons to hear their takes on grow techniques, breeding science, strain history, and more. Our mission is to combat the narrative that corporate cannabis and seed posers are obfuscating for their own financial benefit. Welcome to the underground. We are the Syndicate.
The videos on this channel, the Breeder Syndicate 3.0, are compliant with YouTube policies and does not depict or promote any sales or distribution of any substances. These videos do not violate any YouTube community guidelines and is intended to educate the public about historical and scientific aspects of hemp plants. This video does not promote, idolize, nor glorify any illegal activities or unsafe consumption of regulated substances. We are not doctors or lawyers. This should be super obvious. With that said, some people need to be reminded about this. Do not take anything we say as medical or legal advice of any sort. We are just the best at what we do. Live with it. All content is copyright of the Breeder Syndicate 3.0, 2024, Section 107 of the Fair Use Act. Thank you for your support.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to Breeder Syndicate. I'm Matt, and I'm here with Screw, Chuck Dizzle. They took over for me last week, and I couldn't have been more thankful. So thank you guys for running. It was a great show.
Yeah, we try, man. You know, I think sometimes people don't realize usually when Screwston and I are doing a show, it's like freestyles, so not a lot of planning going into it, and a lot of times, yeah, we are filling in for you, Matt. But we do our best. We try, Matt.
It was good.
We're just the B team, guys. We're just the B team.
Ball boys.
I came 3 times during that show, so it was good.
We're not even water boys. We're ball cleaners.
like the Jesus and Big Lebowski.
Yeah,
ball washer.
Yeah, just bowling ball style. Polish them nuts. I'll polish anybody's nuts for a cut of I'll polish any nuts for cuts.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
What cuts are you guys even looking for anymore to grow? What interests you?
That's a good question, actually. I haven't really thought about that cut wise. I mean, obviously we talked about last week, if there's a Diesel cut up there and, if I can polish a ball or something, maybe Diesel. I don't know, maybe I don't really know if there is an H&L in them would probably be, but is there some, I know there's probably a couple actually, but like a really nice super silver haze cut of some kind, or I'll find something in those packs. I'm really more interested in popping some seeds, to be honest with you.
Old Sogs.
Old Sogs.
Super Silver Haze is so cool. It's so much different than a lot of the Super Silver Haze cuts out there. It's more skunk one based, but the way it morphs from the inhale to the exhale, like cheese tasting to exhaling to cherry, it's the weirdest shit I've ever seen.
That's awesome. Yeah. I got those F5s from H&L probably pop, but I'm really more interested in just kind of, doing some stuff with what I got right now, I mean, go ahead, Screwston. No, I won't rant. I'm trying not to rant a bunch tonight. Go ahead, Screwston.
Oh, am I answering the same question?
Yeah. What cut would you drop your pants for that's out there? What clone that you've heard of that we've talked about or that you've read about?
That original Sin 2, the one that Sean had.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like that one quite a bit.
I got that one coming for you. I'm trying to figure out which one's what.
Yeah, I mean, some stuff that I tried in Montana that was also, just pop from seed. Not really anything, none of those elite. I'm more way more
nuts? Nothing.
I'm trying to think, dude. That's such a hard question because it's a lot of times I haven't really picked up any clones recently, so I haven't really hasn't really been on my mind. But I mean, I did look at that. What is it? That thin mint cut that I showed you. I don't know if
Yeah,
it's really
it
actually a
looks
thin.
accurate. It actually thin mint is more narrow leaf than the forum, but other than
Yeah.
that, they look very similar.
So maybe that cut. Not. It's not like I really care about that cut, but there's certain cuts that I want to like mess around with maybe some chuck in and stuff. But mainly just like I was thinking about. Actually, I wanted to ask you. Yeah, like other than Matt Elite's chem work and stuff like
Mhm.
that, and some of the I-95 stuff and all of his motor breath and a few other things. Is there anyone else out there, and maybe people in the chat can direct me towards their experiences too, but any more like regular chem or even like some regular OG lines out there, or just in that same vein of like Matt Elite, like at that time, like who would actually had those cuts, or is it like kind of like only Matt Elite, or is there some other people out there at the time that were messing with, like the Kims and the OGs and the Bubbas and stuff like that we really like, but mainly just like the Kim, kind of like a Matt Elite stuff, similar to that too, right?
There was a dude named Jimmy Nitz, and I never made friends with the dude, but he always seemed really super cool. Um, he did Motor Breath. He made Motor Breath
Okay.
originally, and he made a lot of other stuff. I think it's Pisces Genetics. I hope I get that right. If not, someone please correct me. It's been a while. It's been many years since I've seen him.
In a while.
Um, I think Sin City's done great stuff with their Blue Power. It's like a take on OG, but quite a spin. And but it coats your mouth like OG. It's just so different and unique. Um, Man, there were so many people doing OG things. It goes back to not even just elite genetic or elite cannabis. There was also elite genetics. It was a dude named Jay Greens for me. It was all hit or miss on if you really were going to get what he said he was going to send, or if it was really what was in it. But pretty
Right.
much everything had OG, Bubba, or Sour Diesel in it. Those were good. There was also a Snitch Dog. I mean, he had a good Sour Diesel and Strawberry Diesel. Um, yeah, some of the stuff,
It's
off my list.
is Sin City legit? I don't know anything about them outside seeing like their stuff, like packs and
They've
stuff, like
they've been
occasionally.
around forever, dude. But what they weren't under Sin City when I first came across them. They were called uh, Kinetics, and at the time it was just too close to Cali Connection, I think, and people would confuse the two. But they were
Hmm.
doing cool shit back then, and I mean that was when I was still going and buying fucking clones from Apes clone shop down in San Diego, PNC.
Oh
I
yeah,
can't.
dude.
I've never been able to knock their shit, and they've always been really cool. So
Yeah.
shout out to
I, I
them.
I've never picked up any of their genetics. I mean, once I joined up with you guys, I mean, I was getting so much shit thrown at me. It's like, or genetics and stuff for we're just getting a lot of options. Let's just say that. So I haven't really been hunting around too much, and if I do, I guess I would probably look for cuts some at this point in a way. There's good and bad about both of them, right? When you're after we talked about this a little bit last week, I'm kind of like in this weird space where it's like I got to grow my own smoke, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of you've talked about this a lot. You got to make that choice. So you gonna make seeds or grow bud kind of thing, and it's been a learning experience for sure. So lately, I've just been kind of experimenting, but I think I'm gonna do one more run of some cuts and then get back to popping seeds and just doing seeds for a while again because I miss it, dude. It's so much. Like clones are good because if you're needing something to produce for you or whatever, like it's great, and you know what you're gonna get for the most part, but that
It's
predictability is kind of
healthy.
yeah, right. Or warts on my balls. It's just the predictability of it is good, but it's also boring as fuck, dude. I miss like just running. After running stuff like that skink dog and a few other things like the blueberry IX and a couple things that I found some nice plants in. It's like, dude, got all these seeds to sit around. I want to dive into them and kind of make. If I'm going to do any work with the cuts, it'll probably be like the legacy stuff, that kind of thing. But
Uh,
mostly,
shout out to Cody for the $20. Thank you. We love you, dude.
hell
Um,
yeah,
Blue Power. Yeah, that's the one, man.
blue
So
power.
good. Yeah. We have Appy saying Jeezel. You know what, dude? I brought that cut to the group. and I held it for a long fucking time. Originally, it came by a Bodie. He made a few crosses with it, passed it to me, eventually dropped it, and I was just sitting there with it, and I never really liked the chems too much, but I think that one's very special, and everybody in the group should have it. And I know exactly who in the group has it right now, so yeah, we should get it out. I don't want it to die from the group. It's too important. I think it's too important for several reasons. One, that it's the last remnants of a really good super skunk that's pure. And again, I just had P-Bud coming at me again in the comments of a whole dumbass thing on the puck. And early on, it was right after the very first Adam Dunn Cup, and me and Mitch actually were doing a Breeders' Cup, and we wrote the rules, and they kind of took it and stuck it on Adam Dunn's cup because Mitch was his best friend, and they wanted to pull it off. So that's cool. But I went out, flew out there to Denver, and participated. I didn't jump in the cup, but I was a judge, and yeah, got to meet a lot of these guys in person. One of them was a dude named Rob Carney who held the puck, and at the time, it would have won the cup if a dude named Nick T didn't put his own Ghost OG in a green jar. So everybody watched this green jar go around, and you weren't allowed to vote on your own stuff. But the trick was they were able to vote on their own stuff because it was in a green jar, and they knew when it got passed around. And so the Ghost OG ended up winning. Granted, it was a great grow of it. But the puck probably would have won. And after that event, Rob Carney traded me my Clockwork Orange for the puck. So I was one of the first people outside that group to have it. And P-Bud wanted to fight about it. He's like, "You're a fucking liar." And I'm like, "Dude, he's your friend. Ask him. Like, you know the dude." And then he told me he was gonna whoop my ass for like the ninth time that he's told me this. And it's like, dude, you're a wizened little old man. Like, I won't even hit you. Not. So I told him, I'm just gonna kiss you and hug you.
Kiss his butt. Yeah. Denali says smoking Kim D from a cut is boring. I mean, not like that. I got jars stacked up. It's not like I don't have any on me. You know what I mean? My point is, it's like, okay, now that I got a few jars of it and it's gonna last me a while, it's like I miss popping seeds. Speaking of you, Denali, you gave me a bunch of old seeds that I really want to pop. So it's kind of like, it's not as boring. Maybe that's not the best way to say it. It's just like if you got a good amount of it stacked up for your heads or whatever you heady guys like to call it. Yeah, I mean, I would like to pop some seeds. I just like popping seeds, dude. I think it's fucking fun. It's you don't know what it is. You don't know what you're gonna get, and yeah, sometimes it's bunk, but when you're growing your friend's stuff, there's an added layer to it that makes it a little bit more fun than just growing a cut. I mean, don't get me wrong, these cuts are great. They're awesome smoke, but there's not a cut out there that like I don't get bored of. Like smoking it every day. Like I know some of the older cats, they like certain cuts, like and swear by them. But like for me, it's like I smoke so much. It's like I got to rotate. So it's like even if like I get you build your tolerance up to a lot of this shit, dude. So it's like you do have, for me at least, I like to rotate. But that being said, like it's not that I'm not smoking on the D still. I just, like I said, I got jars stacked up of it. So yeah, why not pop some seeds and while I'm smoking on that and get something else, and I'll run some more chemdog and you know what I mean? Just try different stuff. It makes it interesting, dude. I think I had that ADHD too. It's like, I got to keep doing shit or I get antsy or burn out, I don't know.
For the first time in a long time, I feel antsy as fuck. And, I you guys didn't tell people why I was in the hospital. I appreciate everything. Like, I'm one of those dudes, like, where I see people, like, post on Instagram, like, in their hospital gown, like, with everything hooked up to them. And, like, I'm dying, feel sorry for me. I didn't want to do any of that shit. Like, it just sounds like bad excuses for not getting shit done. But what had happened was everybody that watches the show, at least, has seen my little kitten that we saved, right? So he had something called Bartonella's disease. And it doesn't affect him, but it does affect anyone he scratches or bites. And it's what people refer to as cat scratch fever, which should have been eradicated in the 1800s, and somehow this little kitty carried it. So over the next like month, my farts started smelling like his farts.
Oh,
My
dog.
shit started smelling like his shit. And I was like, this is weird. Like, I thought maybe I had gotten the lettuce born fucking ass blasters, right? So
Right.
I thought, okay, I'll just work through this. I can get through whatever. I'll just, keep moving. But I was down and out. Slowly, my skin started to itch real bad, and my eyes turned bright yellow, like Michael Jackson in Thriller, like your beanie.
Oh, shit.
And it's still, it's hard to see, but there's still a little yellow. I went to the doctor's appointment today. He said that's the last to completely turn white. And found out my gallbladder, it wasn't just my gallbladder filled with sludge and rocks. A rock had gotten in between my gallbladder. There's a duct that goes between there to your pancreas, and it got completely plugged. So what happens is the bile that goes to your stomach that eats everything away came back up to my brain and was slowly giving me brain damage. So I didn't have the choice to go home from the hospital. I had to, or actually I went to urgent care first, and the guy told me I was the hard R tard. If I wasn't going to take care of it, that's what's going to happen to me. I would be brain dead. So I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna go to the hospital. They'll probably just give me hook me up to a bag of something, and I'll be gone. And I went in there, and the doctor like looked at me. He went and talked to his like older doctor. He's like, I think you have cat scratch fever. And I was like, what? I thought this might be chicken pox or something, because I'd never had chicken pox. So then they admitted me and told me they had ran me through machines and found that everything was full of junk, and that what had happened, and I had to have 2 different surgeries. One was to remove all its sludge stones and get the duct unblocked. And I was like, well, I'm good, right? And they're like, nope, still got to have the gallbladder out. And yeah, they went up through my belly button and a few other things, and couldn't move for many days in the hospital. And it's the same at home. I can't really move my torso very much, because they didn't give me sutures. They gave me glue. And yeah, it's already happened once, so I'm still chilling.
Damn,
but I'm
man.
back at it.
Back at it again.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Cray asks, how does someone get a hold of Chuck? If you want to get a hold of me, I'm on Instagram, or join the Discord, the Breeder Syndicate Discord. I'm in there. That's pretty much it, really. That's pretty much it, man.
Yeah, halfway between quitting the internet and not, so he just hangs out there, and that's about it.
Yeah, pretty much. I got the kid on the way and stuff, so it's like, I'm trying to be semi-responsible, but at the same time, like, I don't know. I love weed, and I got to do what I got to do,
Yeah, Chuck Jr., right?
Chucky Jr. Yep. Hell yeah. Buck says, Chuck, I've repeatedly heard Motor Breath 15 is mold resistant outdoors, even in high humidity coastal environments. I mean, that'd be cool. I'm not going to be doing much growing outside, dude. Not where I'm at. I literally, like, we talked about this maybe in the Discord, or I don't know, but for the last like 3 weeks, dude, I look out up above, like, not my house. I live in a really rural area, like kind of on a mountain in a giant castle, like some king shit. No, but I live on a big hill in like a shack, dude. And I go out on the porch and smoke every night. And for like the past month, dude, I've been watching. The only thing I could call them is drones, right? Because they're obviously drones because they have like the proper lighting for like aviation, like a red and a green and a white light. I think there's a white light, but bro, I look out and I don't know how many miles. I can't really tell. Obviously, it's in the sky. But for like the last month, I have a bunch of videos of them, bro. Where it's just a drone and it sits there for hours. I never catch it coming or leaving, but I catch them blinking and shutting off like completely and then coming back on, or just shutting off completely and just being gone. But I'll check back and forth like as I'm hitting my weed and stuff, dude. And they'll be out there every night, like for hours. They'll every other night they'll be in different spots, but they just sit there in the same spot for hours, bro. It's crazy, dude. So I'm
Homie's
so
kissing the pookie.
I'm so weird about you know, growing outside and doing shit. There's drones and shit everywhere, bro. Even in the country areas. Chris to make a good point. There's a lot of like military bases kind of close to me, so I don't know, bro.
Are you sure that's not why you're waking up with a hurt asshole every morning?
No, dude. No, that's something else. That's the Missoula. We can't talk about Missoula. Club Missoula. Yeah. No, but
then I slip Matt's anesthesiologist $50 to let me in there when he's out. And he thinks it's just the drugs.
Yeah.
Yes. That was another one of the stories was that during the first procedure to blast the stones out, I had this man, she could have been a straight up from Nazi Germany, this lady. Mean as fuck, like from the jump. She was cussing out nurses when I was back there ready to go in, and they were telling her, "You're getting his anxiety up, and you're getting all our anxiety up." And that was the last thing I heard. The next thing I know, I feel a wet something on my asshole. So I woke up during surgery, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" And then I heard push, whatever the drug was. And then I'm back out. And next thing, I'm pushed out of that room, or someone's waking me up and telling me to breathe, and I can't. My nose is completely plugged. My throat hurts. My mouth's drier than it's ever been. And let me see my audio level.
Yeah, I was gonna say, bring your mic closer or something, dude.
Anyway, yeah, I felt that on my asshole, and it could have been a tongue, it could have been a courtesy wipe, but I didn't shit my drawers because I had my drawers on and they were white and black. I looked down when I got up to the room to take the longest piss ever, and no, it was a mystery wet asshole.
Ain't the first, ain't the last. When you get a liquid out your ass. No, I've only sharded on myself a couple times in life. I hope not to do it. Well, it's probably coming again at a certain age, but yeah, we've been good. I didn't eat no lettuce last month or so I'm good, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not just the lettuce, brother. It's fucking everything.
I got lucky this year, and we grew some of our own stuff, and that was one of the few things that did pretty good, actually. So doing a little bit of lettuce, but yeah, back to the cannabis, guys. We're getting off on weird, sick topics here.
No, that was a medical topic. That's okay.
Medical, educational.
I still don't know if it was a tongue or a wipe, though. I'm just going to tell everyone it was a tongue.
Man, yeah, I couldn't imagine waking up in the middle of surgery. I've had surgery a few times, but never woke up. But yeah, surgery creeps me out, dude. I don't like that shit. I don't trust it. I don't trust.
No.
I'm a redneck, dude. I don't trust anything.
No, everybody, listen to your fucking doctor. Yeah. We're just retards on the internet. Listen to your doctor.
Yeah, this is not medical advice.
And she sounds like, yes, das is gut. Do not let her do your anesthesia.
You wake up, dude. You wake up and she's squirting a lube all over her thing, getting ready for you. Speaking of which, what age is your prostate? We gotta start getting our prostates checked, boys.
I think they might have done it. I don't know. Once you hit 50, it's necessary, I think. But I'm in my mid 40s, so now it's time, I guess. I want to jump in early and get in on this biz.
Dude, we need to get in on the foreskin game. They say it's a multi-billion-dollar business.
Foreskin to get it put on?
No, they make makeup out of it. Supposedly, I'm just fucking around, but yeah, I'm really just a campaign to get my foreskin back, or at least some kind of compensation. A lot of people want compensation these days, Matt, and I want some compensation around my circumcisions.
Denali has all kinds of fish hooks, and you can hang those on the other side of your head, and you can weigh it down. And I hear that works for
it does.
A hooded monk.
Oh yeah,
you can regrow your foreskin.
Yeah, see, Screw did it already.
No,
he just confirmed it.
I like the sleek look. I just know that it's possible.
Aerodynamic.
Matt, did you ever work with the GG4? Can't remember if you did or not.
Yeah,
Or what?
the very last collab that was done with Josie Wales was the GG4 bonnet, and I know
Nice.
Caleb was working on one with him as well at the very end, and yeah, but the very last one when he was alive was that, and I love GG4, and I was one of the
I do
people
too.
who, at the very when it came out, because I watched how it went down on IC Mag from afar, and saw that they were going to hype this cut. They planned how they were going to hype it publicly, all this stuff, and I was like, well, fuck, I don't need no hyped cut. Let everybody else grow that shit. It's got like 9 things in it. Don't need that, you know. But then I finally got it. And I'm like, oh shit, this shit is really dank.
It's
Really
great,
dank.
dude. That's
Yeah,
what
it is a dank
I
cut.
I don't know if it's the cut I got. It's just a GG Gorilla Glue cut of some kind. I don't know if it's for. I have no idea to know that unless I guess hung out with you guys or something. Denali had some of it actually and really liked it. So I don't know, but I've been smoking a lot of that and the Kim D. I really like those. Those are probably my more favorites. I'm smoking right now. All that I grew a lot of like not a lot, but a couple of like more modern hypey things, and they're just I always kick myself for doing it because they like might look cool, might smell nice for like a day or two, but then you smoking on them, and you're like, dude, this is not it, Outside of a few of them, yeah, I don't know. But I really like the Gorilla Glue, dude. I grew some of the S ones out from Caleb. I didn't care. They had the smell and stuff, but like the structure of them was just obviously their S one's not a replica of the clone or anything, but they did have the flavor and the smell and the terps and stuff like that. But the structure on them, the ones that I popped, I didn't care for them, and they were like they like to go a little hermy. I felt like I popped them 2 times in 2 different environments and they kind of want to get some herms on the lowers as soon as you flip. I didn't take cuts, so it could be, they just weren't stable. But they seem like, yeah, every time I've tried to pop those S ones, they kind of want to be a little funky like that. But
There was
yeah,
some herm
there's some.
action. There was some herm action to make GG4. And real quick, Muff Munch. He said, "I'm Peanut Butter Falcon and Screw is my LaBouffe." And then Cody said, "Screw's not gay no more. He don't like mans no more. He has been on delivered." I don't know what that means either.
the meme. Yeah. I've recently hit 2 plates on a lot of stuff, so I'm like, I'm not gay no more, guys.
Yeah, we sent him to a one of those schools that teaches you not to like dick anymore. We tried it for him, and he just loves it so much that he's really having trouble fighting it. Kind of like some of the guys in Congress right now. So there you go.
I can, dude, I've been thinking about maybe I don't know why, but I randomly. Before I forget that thought, somebody I think it's Buck that mentioned PM resistant. I don't know if this is a 4, like I said, but this Gorilla Glue seems like it's got a bit of that PM resistance or where you want to call it, just less likely to get it than others. I've noticed that I've ran it 4 times now and I haven't seen a lick on it. Whereas other stuff I have. Kim D, believe it or not, for some reason I don't know if you would think being more bushy and squat and that it would want to PM up more, but it doesn't really for me at all, hardly. I think I got a little piece on like a little bitty leaf on the back of one time in like the corner of a tent, but I think obviously it's just it was kind of tight in there, But yeah, like sometimes when you got those ones in the corner, you kind of miss the spray with the sulfur a little bit, like especially up in Michigan, dude. It's PM City up there, dude. So, but yeah, some of those older cuts you would think them being older and stuff that they haven't done too bad. What I was gonna say was, man, I want to pop some more of those Irene S1s, dude. I don't know how many more I have, and they're expensive for real. Like, no
Yeah, they should
disrespect,
be.
no disrespect to Caleb. Yeah, they're definitely worth it.
Should be.
I just yeah, I think I got a couple more of those, and he's got that S1 sale going on right now. I don't know the code, but he's doing an S1 sale and I think a regular sale right now. I was thinking about getting maybe a pack of the Irenes and a couple packs of the Loompas S1s and a few other things. Because so is that we were talking a little bit before the show started and maybe he's not, maybe you don't want to talk about this, and if you don't, it's cool. But is Caleb, is he going to be shutting the website down in November?
I believe so. Yeah, there's other stuff going on with that. So this is two webs, two web people for me. It was quite a long time ago, and it was one of those situations where I had a web developer and they kind of went rogue. Shout out to Ben Trippin. I loved him. He was a great guy, but he kind of disappeared on me, and I had this website on a server, and I needed it moved and rebuilt. And I had a friend named Aid, who was a chick, and she popped up, did it, did a great job, moved it, and she was my web person for a long time. And she, she was single at the time, so she went through a few dudes that she was dating, and one of them happened to be a guy named Conrad, and Conrad's been all over the news lately as one of the most wanted people in America. And he had already done time for hacking. And when he popped up, he was like, "You've done so much for my lady. I want to be your best friend. I want to do all this for you for free." And I was like, "Not necessary, dude. We don't really know each other like that. Like, I don't need best friends. I've had enough best friends, got enough friends right now. But thank you. That's very kind of you." And he's like, "No, I want to be your best friend." And I'm like, "No, I don't think this is kind of He kind of got aggressive with it, and yeah, He ended up running a lot of people's websites in the Canada world that weren't mine. And Conrad Rockenhausen's his name, if you want to look it up. And last we heard, and he still runs some websites out there. He was a pile of dust. And he was wanted by the U.S. Marshals, and it sounds like it was a lithium ion fire that they found at this house, and they found his DNA in the middle of it, which he may have splooged into the middle and lit the fire. I don't know, but
He's
so
rebuilding.
weird.
He's rebuilding Teslas on the DL on the black market. He messed with the
Dude,
batteries. No, I
he
don't
was
know.
he was talented and smart, but at the same time, he had just gotten out the pokey. And it's not just because he had just gotten out the pokey; it was how aggressive he was about wanting to be my BFF that kind of chased me away a little bit. Now I'm glad. There's a channel called Conrad Rockenhausen is dead. One word. If you want to see the papers and everything, the FBI paperwork, and them finding his DNA amidst the lithium ion fire. It's been nuts for a few of us, like watching it that knew him, and that and Aid is still around, but of course she's dealing with the U.S. Marshals still. So yeah, some people can't even have access to their websites. Not me.
Sounds like a proper piece of shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been interesting. The dude before her that she dated was being made fun of on Kiwi Farms. Kiwi Farms is like a troll page where everybody just trolls each other. And he was called Ass Rags because he would keep man pawns, which is like a piece of paper towel rolled up stuck in your ass. So when your ass leaks, and he was called Ass Rags because he would leave these all over his house, and people would take pictures of them and post them, which is pretty gross.
I used to think we had a bunch of weirdos here where I'm at, but I think like the majority of weirdos are out where you live.
No, this is in Michigan. This is Michigan, yes. So it was right where you were.
Oh yes, that sounds about right. Shout out
Michigan. The dirty mitten, bro. It's something else out there.
I gotta say, my experience in Michigan, they were all pretty good. They were good to me, man. But I wasn't in the cities though. I was in the rural areas. You know me. Yeah. I'm out in the cornfields usually.
Yeah, you're running backwards naked through cornfields. I know how you do.
Dude, I think about that all the time.
I bet. Just brushing against your balls, running backwards, smacking them.
I don't know. It doesn't matter. That was a long time ago at this point.
All 6'10" of you?
Yeah. Yeah, oh yeah. I'm huge, dude. Anyways, I don't know, dude. I'm reminiscing, thinking back. I took some edibles, gals. I'm sorry. I'm a little off topic tonight, but yeah, I don't know, man. Earlier we were talking about just what we're excited for and stuff. What about you, man? Would you got any cuts or anything that you want to get going or rocking out outside of blueberry work?
People have offered me back some cuts and stuff that I spread throughout the group. No, I don't even want to take chances. I mean, other than Giesel, just because I held her so long, it feels weird. I'm kind of naked without her, and she everything she touches turns to skunky awesomeness.
Oh man,
Other than that, I can't really find a reason. Oh, who's this? This is the rock star of the cat scratch world. If you guys want to see Oliver, last time you guys saw him, he was a little tiny thing.
damn, dude, he's
Now
chunky now.
Big old bastard. Oh, sweetheart.
Well, hopefully everything's good with them. Hey, anytime you get a new pet, you gotta spend a few $1,000s at least off the rip every time. Always something happens.
Dude.
It's always something, brother.
He is wild. He is absolutely wild. He doesn't give a shit about shit. Spray bottles don't work when he's going full force to attack my face. He's still so cute. Anyway, there's the baby, the orange-haired monster. Don't bite your mom. Be good. He's already biting. Is he being sweet?
Kitty.
Okay. He's sweet when he wakes up, just docile, and then once he gets going, he turns into a freak. There he goes.
Oh, yeah.
See,
Buck,
now more people watch because there's a cat on it.
there you go. Buck said this season we are running a GMO times cherry pie called Bicket OG. I guess that's how you say it. It's supposed
Cherry
to hold up. It's supposed to hold up well to Michigan weather, and it washes 5%. That's what's up. I love GMO stuff. What were we about to say,
Cherry
Matt?
pie doesn't do very well in any kind of outdoor climate, as far as like not molding and stuff. So I don't know how a hybrid would do.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's one of those ones that's kind of pain in the ass. As far as Motor Breath 15, I never grew it outdoors, but OGs are not known for their extreme weather tolerance outdoors.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got OG chocolate diesel, fake chem sister.
The best.
I don't know.
The best shit I found up in Michigan that ran was all the stuff from H&L and like some of the haze hybrids, where I think it was like chemdog to mango or what, I can't remember. Rank Stranger, I think it was called, and it was like the chemdog to mango haze or something like that. And a lot of those, believe it or not, where the buds were not super super dense. They did really nice actually. The Appalachia crosses out, or the Appalachia hybrids and stuff that I made, they all did really well. I
just gave the parents for GG4. I'm stupid. ChemD SFVOG. ChemD does well outdoors. OGs do not. So I'm not sure where that would land for Motor Breath.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, the GMO does really what inside for me up there and down here. I've never had much of an issue with that, but and chemdog I didn't inside, or the chemd I didn't inside, and the 91 even, and actually, dude, the fucking S ones from Caleb, they didn't get a lick at PM on. I did some of those outside. Those seem like they did really well, but H&L said, I think he said the 91 did shit outside for him. So I don't know, man. Maybe it's just depending on where you're at, and obviously the season and how much rain you're getting. Are they covered? There's a lot of shit that goes into it, right? But yeah, they seem to do really well. A lot of those modern genetics, a lot of that shit, when I put it outside, dude, it would just turn to like, I tested a lot of different random stuff, like old seeds and packs that I got over the years, stuff that I didn't really care about, right? Because I was going to be putting it outside because it was just stuff I bought before I knew much of anything. And a lot of that, the more modern stuff that I ran was, it just turned into shit outside, dude. But yeah, the only one of the stuff that I ran near the triangle choke hybrid, or that hit the apple or the triangle chokes with the Appy F3, and that one didn't do too good outside for PM. But I mean, I don't know. It did fine inside, so I don't know. It's just hit or miss.
Even the triangle choke was a dense bastard. So
the
density really, a lot of it is density. Density is what causes issues. And again, back to the cherry pie, Blue Star said that it crushes outside. It could in his area, and if you guys are in a close area, maybe. Cherry pie is a known ball dropper that lets the pollen fly. But
It
again,
does.
when it comes to hybrids, everything could change, depending on what you cross it
I,
to.
you like to think that, but like a lot of those cherry pie hybrids, I bought the S1s from Caleb, and I ran out a lot of when he got those. He sent a bunch of packs of like, I think it was like maybe like Pure OG. There was a couple of other ones that I ran, or Flow Rider or something, and I can't remember what the hell they were. It's been a couple of years, but I ran those, and every one of those had some herms on them, and not like to the point where it ruined the grow and I couldn't pick them off, but yeah, it was great weed. That being said, it was great bud. Still, like all of them were pretty good weed.
I
But yeah,
think we
they
need to
did.
put an asterisk on the Flow Rider
Yeah,
now.
right.
We've kind of been thinking on that, and it needs an asterisk on if it's accurate or not on whether
Yeah,
it is or is the original.
yeah. Well, yeah, but yeah, cherry pie. And then that one thing I grew from what's his name? I guess it doesn't matter his name, but years ago when we first joined the Discord, he had a cherry pie. I forget what the hell what that was called, but man, that was a top to bottom herb, dude. I have never seen that. Like, not just you flip, get a few on the lowers or whatever,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
Kim at the end, you get some, but it ain't like it was literally like top to bottom. It had buds on forming, but it just as well hermed like top to bottom, all up and down that motherfucker.
You
I'd never,
do you
never seen
remember
it.
what it was?
Yeah, it was. It doesn't matter. I don't want to throw shade to people, on the lives,
Throw
but
shade. Quit being a
yeah,
pussy.
Well,
Oh no, I didn't say who. I said what it was.
oh
Because
yeah,
I'll
it'll
know
give
who it is by
it.
knowing what it was, and if they don't, that's just too bad. Pay
It's
attention.
it was a bear guy,
That
Yeah,
was
but
what I was figuring.
I'm trying to get away from the smack talking. I'll let Matt do the smack talking.
Someone's asking about for the genetics for forbidden fruit. It's tangy, maybe Mendo Perp, something like that. I don't know. I can't wipe that taste out of my mouth. So definitely tangy something purple.
that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, that I like the I got to try I think from seed from seed grow of it. And
Thousandfold.
I really
Thousandfold
liked
just
it.
popped
Holy
up.
shit!
1,000. We
Oh,
miss you.
there you go. What's
Yeah.
up, man? We need you back.
Yeah. We
Come
miss our
back to us,
1,000.
please.
We miss our 1,000.
We'll
Beautiful
polish your
voice.
balls. Yeah, dude. Shout out to him. I told somebody we just talked about him the other day. Somebody was asking about interviews and stuff like that, and I was like, dude, like during that era where Matt was doing a lot of, not all of them, obviously, because you had your own eras and stuff too, but that last like couple years back, Thousandfold was doing a lot of the behind the scenes stuff, getting those
Yes.
in order, and
Coordinating.
people, and people, I don't know if people really realized it, but shout out to him for that because like a lot of people ask why the formats of the episodes have changed over the years, and it's stuff like that. It's like people who have come and gone that have put influence in, and maybe that you didn't know it, but there's the people on the show. We all put in some kind of effort or whatever to try to
Yep.
make the show better, the best that we can. Whether it's me, I do a lot of freestyling just for fun. Like I'll be honest, that's the way I am in life. I'm a procrastinator a lot of times, so that's just what I'm going to be. I'm never going to be a scripted guy. I can barely read, but like in Screwston, he does his thing, and Matt, he's kind of the anchor. Obviously, it's his show, and we just kind of do the best that we can. It's we talked about it in Discord, but it's challenging to get people on the show because a lot of the guys that you guys and people that you want are a little bit older, so. Maybe they don't know how to work a mic the best, or they don't have a good mic to start with, and there's just a lot that goes into it.
Well, people
And begging,
showing up
yeah,
for
showing
the
up,
actual
like,
thing is an entire problem on its own.
yeah,
I mean, we can even book it at the right time, and still, it's hard.
Yeah.
People's lives get
Yeah.
wrenches thrown in it all the time. So it's hard. And 1,000 did a lot of the coordinating behind the scenes to make sure it went smooth. And yeah, we all miss and love him, and we hope it's
Yeah.
not the last we see of him because god damn, he was good. He was
Yeah,
so
he
good.
was.
And that
Yeah.
silky smooth
Yeah.
voice. He didn't know I was beating off the whole time we were talking.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. I mean, that being said, if there's someone out there that's like, that's the problem is if this is Matt's show, so like it's depending on who he wants to interview, and if he feels like there's not many people to interview, or whatever, that's on him, And at the end of the day, like if there's somebody that wants to, help find people, like that's like literally a whole thing in itself. writing people back and forth, and it's a lot.
And
It's a lot of work.
a lot of it is that I know a lot of the people personally that people want to have on the show, and they aren't people that I would let around my family, let alone come on
Yeah.
here. And the other problem that I've explained to people is when I bring someone on the show, it almost looks like I'm vouching for them.
Right.
And
Right.
it's not always the case. I mean, we had people on the show before that I couldn't fucking stand and don't have any respect for anything they've done, and I just kind of sat there during the not so honest era, you know. Yeah, it's hard. I don't like it looking like a vouch.
Yeah.
So, but with that said, I am trying to get a hold of Sam Cedar. So if anybody has any connections to Sam Cedar or Channel 5's Andrew Callahan, let us know. We're trying to get a hold of a few people. Sam Cedar started a seed company, so I'd like to interview him not only about what he's built politically, but what his interest in weed is. When did it start, and some of those interesting things. His strains would be interesting.
Weren't you? I thought you were. Is Mad Jag maybe coming back on? I think or something.
Yes. Yeah, I've been talking to Mad Jag a lot. We've been meaning to get him back on. He sent me a book, or a Spider-Bound notebook, and it's like a novel inside of it.
Yeah.
And I need to sit down and read it.
Yeah. I think what people don't realize too is like there's been moments where like there wasn't going to be a show for a while maybe, or just like hit or miss, just because like of some things that have happened over the years and stuff. And I know, and just the way it goes sometimes, man. We've been burnt a lot, not just by people, but YouTube as well. Like we got the whole YouTube channel deleted, and that we've said this a million times. Like we don't make money from this shit, so it's discouraging sometimes to. You especially Matt. I mean, I can't imagine how Matt feels. Spent years making videos, and just to log on one day and your whole channel is deleted. Not even have an option to back stuff up or download them. It's literally deleted. Like I don't know. Like about you guys, you work on something really hard and film yourself doing these types of things and build up an audience. It's very discouraging, And I think that if we can get episodes out every week, in general is just great, because it is challenging to continuously to make engaging content for people. I wish this was like the Wild West and I could show you plants and get deep into it and we could really do, but it all just leads back to channel strikes. I would just literally watch this morning that one of the big like newbie vibe channels that people watch, they got their channels shut down for like 2 months or a month or two because so it's like everybody's getting hit with these weird like policy strikes and all this stuff.
AI. They don't have humans doing anything anymore.
Yeah,
even on the appeals.
Yeah.
Guys,
Well, I'm not crying
asks,
too hard about those guys because they were making a good amount of money on sponsorship deals and all that bullshit for products that were just fucking noob traps. So,
guys, I've been out of the loop the past couple of years. What have the hot topics and seeds been? I don't think shit's changed, bro, other than 1,000 got us to 10,000 followers, and we made it up to 15,000, and they killed the channel. So, that sucked.
I got the answer for 1,000-fold. All you need is your Kims, your OG typers, your Bubbas, your Hazes. No, I mean honestly, dude, it kind of comes back to that for at least for me. Like you said earlier, GG4s, and I don't know. I mean, I have just a few modern things I like, but mostly, just smoking a GG. Speaking of, let's roll some up.
Blue Dreams made a return.
Blue Dream.
Blue Dreams made a return after Emerald Triangle Seeds and HSO gave it the worst name ever. I was thinking about it earlier a lot, and it was Emerald Triangle Seeds that sent in millions of seeds to the Attitude during a certain era, and during that time, anybody who placed anything with the Attitude got free Blue Dream seeds. So 99% of what was being grown across the nation as Blue Dream was a Spanish company calling themselves Emerald Triangle Seeds, representation of Blue Dream.
Wow.
And so I'm glad that someone has brought back more real Blue Dream stuff. My Blue Dream S1s and the work with Blue Dream was so long ago that I doubt anybody even has those viable in their seed collections, you know.
Right.
So I'm stoked to see a lot of Blue Dream work come back.
Yeah, man. I think Pac, didn't he just have a drop or something, or is having it?
No,
Something.
coming soon,
Yep.
or just about. It's the Dream Theater 2, and I know there's a Diesel in there, Diesel Blue Dream, which was never
Hell yeah.
made, and I think it's gonna be fucking killer. And again, talking about outdoor plants, Diesel is a perfect outdoor plant. Not too dense, not too airy, just perfect. Everybody loves that
Yeah.
outdoors up in NorCal, but you know, again, it depends on your area. I haven't run it in
Yeah.
the wet Virginia outdoor. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. The mountains, dude. It can be
yeah,
totally different for sure. You know.
yeah.
That's the thing about the if you that's the thing is like you could talk about cuts all day, but like sometimes they don't perform for you as like they do other people. Like seeing, I said it last week, I say it again, like it's that sweet pea that time where it's been an organic grow versus a cocoa grow of the same cut is vastly different. And that was just like kind of eye opener for me. I always remember that, like, man, like totally different grow styles can like really affect even a cut like that. Like it's nutty actually. Crazy.
Um, Muff Munch said, and thank you for the $5. Gold Leaf podcast and Freeze Blade would be nice. I've been telling Freeze Blade, yeah, for a nice NLD episode. Lush, excellent. I'd like to get Doc Dion now that he's back. Who else? Mustafunk, Heirloom Wizard on Instagram. Probably one of the most knowledgeable people I've ever met on different NLD hybrids and whatnot. Love to have him on. My friend Charlie Garcia, I would love to have on. If
Matt Elite, dude, pull that out your ass, dude. Lick his balls or something. Get him on here.
He wants nothing to do with the weed community, and I cannot blame him. Like,
I don't blame him, dude.
He had people like Hemphill running up his ass, talking shit, even though that was one of his best friends growing up.
Man, what a sick episode.
MJ New York didn't like that Matt Elite did anything. Yeah, I would love to have him and Dave Bonvillain from Elite Cannabis. But Matt's still one of my best friends. We talk almost nightly. Yeah, one of the funniest dudes you'll ever meet. I love that guy.
I looked on the internet a couple weeks ago. Has he ever done an interview or anything ever? Is there any nothing? It's just you. It's just you, your alternate ego, dude. it's just you, and that's all the time. You're like, oh, I love blueberry. Actually, I've been making chem hybrids and stuff, and no, but well, yeah, dude. If you could ever pull that out of your ass somehow, I don't know, man. That would be fucking.
He'll listen to this. He'll listen to this. And
tell Matt Elite, please, brother. On chemdog, it's somewhat of a big time movement, as you know, on ChemFam, under the banners of ChemFam, by the way, at ChemFam. Please come do an episode, even if it was like 20 minutes, dude. Some questions, he can bang them out. He doesn't even have to come on the live. He could just record the answers or something.
If he did that, people would cry for like 90 years.
I don't know, bro.
He really would, and he would cry at Matt. And that's I don't want him to go.
Yeah, box cutters start popping out the woodworks. You know, gotta start wearing chainmail everywhere you go, shit like that.
Can I get Tom Hill on this show? You know, next time I go to the Philippines, and
This goes out to you, Tom. You're a bitch. No, I love you, Tom. I'm just playing. I'm
Dirt Farmer interview. Yeah, we've been talking. Dude, that's another one of my best friends for years. He is busy because of his job, but I think he's willing to talk about his job too, which is a whole nother thing. Making the best guitars on earth. I don't want to say where, or I can say no. I shouldn't say for who. I'll let him say that when he comes on. But his guitars are some of the most famous guitars right now. And with that said, Matt Elite is making he's painting guitars for like Steve Vai and doing really like his guitars are worth $20,000 plus. Him and Dave Bonvillain now. So that's cannabis crazy. is a distant memory. You know, they're doing something they're passionate about. His paint jobs are fucking amazing. It just next level. So
it's cool.
Yeah, but Matt's shy. He does not like drama. He doesn't want any anxiety from people. And that's what business is. You talk history, you talk about what you've done, you'll have 900 people say, "No, you didn't. I don't remember you." You know, like they weren't
Yeah.
there. So
Yeah, I know. Yeah. It just sucks because it's like I guess if I had a dream person to hear an interview through you, yeah, would be Matt Elite. And more CSI, obviously.
yeah,
Um yeah. That's I don't know. I don't know what people like you guys do. I don't have enough skin in the game. They took my skin when I was young. I came out the womb. No, but yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean anyone that you think's cool to get on would be great. It's just yeah, we just Matt is recovering. His butthole was licked. His gallbladder came
It
out.
happened. It
He
happened.
is gonna rebuild. He's gonna do it. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of like I told a few of the guys. Like it's gonna be hard. It would always be hard to get an interview done every week. That's too much. Like I think that's a little bit too much. Maybe bi-weekly, but or monthly for sure. But yeah, it's just challenging.
Bisexually, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's hard.
there's also Espen from Hybrids from Hell who's been doing
Mhm.
this forever. Another guy that's really good from Europe. There's a lot of people I'd like to. Sometimes it's a an English translation type thing.
Mm-hmm.
So most of those guys' English is way better than mine. So yeah, we'll
I
see.
know Denali said he'd never do another one, but I wish Denali would do another one.
Oh, Denali's gonna do another one.
Denali's the best.
If he wants
It,
to be my friend, he's gonna do another one.
yeah, yeah. You better Denali. Yeah, Denali's like the what do you call it? Like a keystone or the foundational block of the Discord.
Yes.
Him and a couple other guys. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't probably be here right now.
You know, the Denali. Truth be told, Denali has. I mean, he's one of the reasons. Him and Resin Long are the only reason me and Caleb are friends in the first place. Um, I mean, I had always looked up to Caleb, but we didn't really speak much because of some bullshit with Loompa, and they they made it happen, and me and Caleb became lovers, and it's how it works.
He wants to
Um,
be your best friend, Matt. And
Yeah, he is my best friend. He's my dad. So there is that too, you know. But yeah, no, he's the Don. There's a reason he's the Don of the Can Illuminati. That's a lifetime sentence,
yeah,
and the man has earned it. There's a period of time where even I stepped away from before we had the Breeder Syndicate Discord, where it was just a private little group of us. He kept it going when I kind of stepped away and kind of lost a lot of faith in what was going on, and he kept it going and made sure everybody stayed tight. And
it.
yeah, we wouldn't be here without him.
I honestly, all the effort I've put in over the years is, in moments of like, everybody goes through ups and downs of passion when it comes to growing or whatever you want to call it or interest, and things spark your interest. But if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't been as invested in the Discord because like making memes and making me laugh, like it gave me a reason to come back for more. And
Absolutely.
I don't know if he thought it was in the beginning, if he thought what he thought really about it, but when we would joke up together, we'd be in the DMs talking, be like, "LOL, that's so funny," or he would send me pictures and be like, "Make a meme of this." And I don't know if it wasn't for him and like what he did for you in the Discord over the years, and like the stories you tell about him, like kind of saving the Discord, the old one and stuff. That's why I always put a lot of effort into doing one of the big reasons why I put effort into stuff to make him proud.
Yeah.
God damn, son.
Dude,
Yeah.
hearing you two talk like you doing the Denali voice and him talking voice chat is so surreal because it's like the same person talking to himself.
Well.
He needed to be doing cartoon voices. He could have been the best, like grandpa cartoon voice.
Yeah, he's great, dude. There for about 6 months, I mimicked him every day, and just had good fun with it. Not in a mean way, Denali or nothing. Just mainly
No, it was
just
totally mean.
bugging the hell out of her.
Tasteful.
Just stupid. I don't know. Just having fun. Me and him have a good time. I need to see Denali again. Didn't get to meet up with him last time. Stuff fell through, but at some point, I'm gonna see that man again.
You're gonna see him again.
That's
Yeah.
a good question.
Yep.
There we go. What are y'all running at the moment?
Well, go ahead, guys. I've been ranting all night.
Blood running out of my fucking stomach right now, but I think it's going to be the banana tie. A lot of people want more blue sour too, and I'm like, right now I'm having to choose between the two because I don't like running two separate lines that can pollinate.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't think there's much of a demand for a banana tie blue sour hybrid or vice versa. So it's a lot. And me, I've gotten so anal with uniformity being spoiled by the blue bonnet work that, yeah, I don't know. If it's not going to come out uniform, then I can't tell people what to expect. And if I did, I would be an asshole like the rest of the community. So,
it needs to be a fem blue sour F2.
Yeah, I think
gotta happen.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, yeah, you need to put out some fems, dog.
I know. Fems need to happen. Fems do need.
People don't want regs, dude. I mean, people do buy regs, but not.
No.
They got to be a big fan or something to really want to.
There's companies selling fems for 10 seeds for $25. Like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even that is like, I don't even, unless you're buying them at a buck a seed, like, it doesn't, even that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, no. Yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah. Denali's rocking out some good cuts. Yeah, I don't know. GG4, chemd, the 56. I got 2 East Coast. Oh, I got it like anyway, it doesn't matter how many I got, but not Denali, but chemd's, East Coast 56, the OSIN 2 or whatever from Sean. What else was there? Something else.
Shout out Sean.
I don't know, a bunch of shit,
dude.
I think I already said Gorilla Glue. Oh, in the 91. And I passed on doing the shoreline this time. I'm sorry, Screwston. That's just not for me. I literally got that cut again just to give it to you on a meetup, dude. That's the only reason I even have that cut, to be honest.
Well, I appreciate that. I would like to use it for sure.
Yeah.
And
it's not bad
purposes later on, but like I don't know. The hybrids have just been coming out a lot better for me. Like with the parts that I love about it, but just like in an easier to fucking nail, better form, like better actual flower to smoke. So
yeah,
I've been digging that quite a bit.
And Stoney just made the shoreline blue bonnet for people.
Oh, I know. That is in the pipeline next, because I have very high hopes on that from the amount of bonnet hybrids that I've run and the amount of shore hybrids that I've run. I'm very I have a high like confidence that I'm gonna find something very much what I want.
Yeah, the when I did the East Coast reversal, and under the shore, the 4 or 5 seeds that I got out of that popped, they all came out just like shore, basically. They're like 2 of them were a little more stretchy, like East Coast, but the nose was very much like shoreline. To me, it smells like new shoe store rubbery kind of smell. I don't know how to explain it. Like there's something in my childhood. I don't know what it is, but I can remember something that smelled like it's some kind of plasticky smell. I don't know. To me, that's what it smells like. There's that like little bit of faint. I wouldn't call it lemons or citrus or anything like that, but just some kind of faintness of something like something there. But to me, that's what it is to me. But that was really harsh. I've tried it from 3 different people, and to me, it's the high is good. Everything else about it's good. Just the way it grows and like that. I don't know. Like to me, maybe I need a different style. I've smoked it, of course, how I run it, and then in cocoa and a couple different other ways. And that's just kind of comes out a little harsh to me for some reason.
It has a problem. Like I think that harshness is from the like actual physical, like growth of it, not because of the profile or whatever. Because I've seen that profile in other plants with better like bract structure that smoke a fuck ton better.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that.
That's why I'm excited about the bonnet one, because like there's just been vast improvements in flower structure and like I don't know, I guess growing, but in terms of like
those are sick.
resilience, like
Yeah.
from bonnet work. So
Yeah.
I'm really like that. Plus, if I get that, like imagine a fucking blueberry jammy, shore.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, like that would make it interesting, right? And the pictures that are on Matt's site are yeah, they're beautiful, dude. Those are nice. Yep.
Yeah. We shall see. I'm stoked about the Johnny Blaze blue bonnet, but Johnny Blaze was an old fave from Red, and if you're listening to this on the audio podcast, you can scroll back away, and we have Legend Seeds, Red, and Chimera being interviewed, and he was the one who made Johnny Blaze, and it is a blueberry Neville's Haze, or Neville's Haze blueberry. I can't remember which was the male, which was the female. Either way. And we thought, blue bonnet on top of that, bringing more blueberry in. Yeah, that's special. Neville's Haze is fire. I think I got to talk about it on a previous episode, but shout out to PK for bringing me the first thing I've seen even remotely close to the piff. This bud is fire. It actually smells like the piff, which I've had so many people bring me stuff and say, hey, this is the piff, this is the Frankie, this is the church, and it was nowhere near it, not even close. This is it. I mean, it's not the cut. It was selected by nobody's nurseries. And I'm giving him props too, because he did the selection. He did a good selection. Nobody's nurseries. So of some Doc D stuff. And it is fire. It's absolute fire. So yeah. I that's as unique as anything that anybody could find in the narrow leaf world, I think.
Hell yeah, dude.
Ooh, I got something to show you when we meet up.
It's Tina's.
Because I'm momming up the fire line.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
very interested.
Shit. What up, Jody? Sorry.
I'm hoping, I don't know how many seeds or how many packs I'll be able to do or what we'll do, how we'll do it, but I just started reversing the D, so we'll do something for the Patreon people. I don't know, like I said, exactly.
Yeah, those Patreon people that don't exist.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Those, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, we'll sort it out. But I'm doing it proper this time. I got several females that I'm gonna stagger, and yeah, I just sprayed the first one 2 days ago.
Can I say something? You know what? I've been watching Reckless Ben do his stuff with the Lego community and saving shit. They even had the guy who owns Patreon coming out like he's some cool hipster. He's like,
I saw that.
We're not gonna back down. We're not gonna take away his money from his account. And they're the motherfuckers who just took all the stash and kept it for themselves with no warning, no nothing, off of assholes just doing what they do, reporting. So fuck you, Patreon guy. Lick my balls, lick my taint, all of it.
Well, they're just saving face, right? Because it's such a high profile deal. It's like they don't give a fuck about us,
Yeah, no, but he looks like some like guy that listens to Jamiroquai and just sits there and like rocks out to that with his 5-string bass,
Fucking goes to Burning Man.
Yes,
that kind of shit.
That kind of asshole. And it's like, dude, you aren't even cool with fucking cannabis history. What the fuck's wrong with you? Like saying dude. Like, oh yeah, we got your back. We're not gonna get out of here.
They don't give a fuck about us, dude. I was thinking about that. But I stopped even hardly making videos for my little channel anymore because it's like I do still just when I actually want to and feel like it. But like I don't try to do anything consistent because when I actually try that, they just hit me with like 18 plus. Like almost everything I make gets hit 18 plus, and you know how it goes, dude. It doesn't get distributed at all or hardly at all. So like it's just pointless. It sucks. I wish that I could give you guys. I'm gonna try. I'm still gonna try. That's what I was gonna do. I'm filming the whole ChemD reversal, every bit of it, every part. I'm gonna try to make my best version of a video that I can possibly make with, the whole works, different angles, good lighting, that kind of stuff. I'm gonna do a voiceover, like some David Edinburgh
Hell
bullshit.
yeah.
and
Yes,
and
yes.
and there's a guy that inspired me. He's such a newbie guy, but the Canucks grow guy. He's such a noob bro, and like the stuff he grows and choices he makes to grow. But when I first started getting into weed, the way he filmed it, outside of the weed shit, just literally the way he filmed it, that really inspired me to make weed videos. And I think I took a lot of inspiration from his videos and a couple of other people's, but I want to just like make an entertaining weed video, but obviously a reversal video is probably not that entertaining. But I'm just gonna try,
It
dude.
is.
I'm just gonna try. Fuck it. And if my account gets banned, that'll be all she wrote. But and if I fail, I fail. But like I think having just yeah, maybe I can do. I would like to get you in on it too, if you would, so we can kind of plug the Breeder Syndicate thing.
Sure.
Maybe do like a little segment of you pop in at a certain point and do like a little thing or something. Just talk about chemdog or whatever. We'll figure it out. But I want
Yeah.
to. It's obviously it's going to be another 2 months or so before it all is done. And these videos will take a long time to film and put together. But I'm trying, you guys. I'm going to try. Boogie's comment the other day inspired me. I was like, I'm going to fucking. These guys, they want some good content. I'm gonna try to do something instead of just bullshit. I'm gonna
Yeah.
try to rock out. So
Yeah, so Big T said to get Booze back on. I would love to have Booze back on. Booze is fucking hilarious.
yeah, yeah,
Hilarious. And
yeah,
smart.
dude. Yeah, yeah. He's on a different time zone, guys. It's hard
Yeah,
to.
it does make it
He's
a little hard.
Yeah,
he's
it's fucking tomorrow.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, you need to hit him up and see if he wants to come back on, dude.
Yeah, we do have Dr. Rick Pescatori coming on. He talked. He, as far as I understand it, he quit doing what he was doing. I mean, he was an ER doctor, if I remember correctly, just to focus on cannabinoid hyperemesis syndrome because it became such a plague. So it'll be nice to have a doctor come on and not just be my own personal anecdotes and be able to answer and counter questions for people who saying, I just fucking named that just for the pesticide. That you don't know what you're talking. I puff tough. I've never had that. I don't. So it'll be nice to have a real doctor come on and explain what's going on physiologically, and other. All I have is my own anecdotes on the symptoms I had leading up to it for the first year, and then into what happened. So yeah, I'm still gonna see him come on sometime next month.
Saying that, if you guys have questions, or if you think we're all fucking morons and it's just a conspiracy by the fucking government or some shit,
Cody,
let us know so we can bring it up and talk about why that's retarded.
Can I just make for the record, let everyone know I am a moron?
You had to raise your hand first.
Yeah, Chuck Daddy, you blessed my headband and it got me high as fuck. Thank you. Hey, you're welcome. You're very blessed. I hope you have many sons. I actually got 56 going. I'm pretty sure it's 56 because I got the reason why I think it's 56. Let's backtrack a little bit. I brought some cuts back from Virginia, okay? And I had to drive with them. I wanted to do some Gabby tech, so I put them in some solo cups. I didn't have Burger King cups. I said a Burger King cup would be good, but I did it in the solo cups, and I was like, something happens, I'll eat them or crush them up and just be like, I don't, do whatever. I get pulled over. So I didn't have time. Shit, we got really high, smoked chemdogs on shorelines and stuff all night. Wake up at like 6 a.m. Sean's there with me. He was right there with me. He saw this process happen. So in 20 years, when we write the book to make our fortune, he'll be there to testify. But I got the cuts, the 56, the OSIN, dog shit, 91, a couple other ones. I can't remember them all. But anyways, got them in solo cups, got them back home, 300 miles, right? Get them home. Yeah. But I couldn't label them. I didn't have nothing. This is early in the morning, 6 a.m. So I just was like, I know what all these are except the dog shit and the 56. So like I could just figure out when I flower them. I've seen them all a bunch. So, but the 56, I'm pretty sure is because I got 3 copies of it, where everything else I got 1. So snips. So maybe you guys can help me. Does it like to fall over and get super stretchy and weird? And
Yeah, super
Yeah.
stretchy for me.
All
Yeah.
Like
OGs.
the inner
It's-
node length
Yeah,
on
it's
it,
crazy.
just crazy.
It's like it's different than how Trainwreck does a lot, but it is kind of weird, you know. I let him kind of go for a little while, and I wasn't paying too much attention. And I came in one day, and the tallest one, dude, just was like falling over on the fucking ground, dude. You know. But I wanted to ask you, what's the smoke like? That's the one I didn't get to try. I think I did the Loompas and the something else. Or maybe I. Is that yeah? Well, probably you
Just an
said
OG Kush cut. Yeah.
everybody says they like it's not their favorite though, right?
I mean, I love it. Loompas. You know what? I'm gonna make it my life's mission to stop calling it fucking Loompas headband because it wasn't his. He got the cut. He gave it to Inspecta, and then he tossed it because he thought it was a piece of shit. So calling it Loompas is stupid.
What's
And,
the good?
and he
What
didn't. I don't know what to call it. OG.
just OG?
Yeah, just a NorCal OG of some sort. But
Yeah,
yeah, he once he saw that everybody else liked it, he had to go get the cut back and start growing it. And then
yeah.
he's good at marketing. I mean, that's what his degree is in, is marketing. If you saw him, you wouldn't believe it. You'd think he has been a homeless character his whole life. But or I'm sorry, what do they call that? Urban outdoorsman his whole life. So yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But he's not a nice person, not a good person. So, and it was kind of a lie, like the whole story about it. So yeah, it's a wonderful OG cut. The 56, however, is should be, if the story is correct about Josh D giving it to Mojave, should be the first OG, and from the Valley. So, is it SFV the original? You know,
Right.
that would make the most sense, but I don't remember who stuck 56 days on it because it's not a 56-day flowering plant.
No.
I'm pretty sure that was Crickets and Cicadas asshole. That people like to people polish his knob because he tells people he's the librarian, but he's really just a dipshit. Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
The 56 was good. I haven't had the Loompas pure, but or the sorry. I did it immediately.
I mean, I do
I've
it
had
too.
the other
I don't know
one
what to call
pure.
it.
I've only had
Yeah.
the 56 pure, but I've run
Yeah.
both of like a bunch of hybrids of both of them. And the hybrids definitely diverge. But like I see everyone Bitter and fucking H&L ran it side by side and was like, dude, I can't even really tell the difference. You know?
Maybe I did smoke the 56. I can't remember, dude. I got some samples of of those, and I can't remember if it was the 56. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I did. Maybe I was an Instagram picture. I don't remember, dude. If it did, it's been like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, so I can't remember. Can't remember yesterday, bro.
Yeah, it's hard. That
But yeah.
gets hard, and especially as you get older. Just wait.
Well, at the time that if it was that time, I was smoking a lot of P91, S1, and some other shit. So I can't really. It kind of all melted together after a while, you know.
Is that not one of the best fucking underrated lines ever? And
Yeah.
I don't take credit for it. Bitter made it better than the S1s I made. I only did one single S1 and some hybrids.
Yeah.
Bitter took it in deeper and made it way better, and it's one of the most underrated
Yeah, I got
lines
to.
out there.
Yeah, because I mean, even like the Sweet Pea, local Sweet Pea or whatever, like I got to smoke on like an ounce of that, dude, and even and then the P91 S1, I think it was Bitter's cut maybe, and they're both great, dude. Like, yeah, it's good. It's good weed. It's just as good as any of the legacy the other older cuts. I think they all have. You know, me and Scrooge talked about this a little bit last week. I can't decide which one of my favorite. I go back and forth, but yeah, they all have their place. I think you know. They're all cool.
San
just
Diego, fuck your mouth.
yeah.
P91.
Yeah, that shit's good, dude. I really and You want to talk about hybrids? The hybrids of any of the P91 stuff, almost all of them have all been really great. Kronzo's, I know I've said it before, but that peanut kush that he did and a few other things that he's used. I don't know if it's the Breeder Syndicate cut or the S. I'm not sure which one he used. I think he labeled it as just the peanut cut or something. I don't really know. P91 peanut cut or something, but yeah, all that stuff's really good.
Shout out Kronzo.
Pox worked with it. A couple other people have worked with it. I know Bitter.
Yeah.
I literally got those packs of bitter still. I need to buy. I got a bunch. I have a little basket I've been working on for like the last 2 weeks, dude. You know how it is, you guys. I'm like, time to pop these seeds. I'm getting ready, do some seed, some hunting and stuff. And I'm like, man, I need to pick what I want to do, and pull out everything out. And I end up spending like hours staring at shit, looking at it, reminiscing. And then finally, I like started, sorting through the shit. And in my box, and I'm like, oh, these are the ones I want to pop. Ends up becoming like half of the whole collection. You know how it goes. You know how it goes. You're like, oh yeah, dude. And I want to do whole packs too.
Weighing it down by grouping what's like probably gonna finish around the same time. Well, like you know.
Yeah, and I'm trying to do whole packs or as many packs as I have of them. So it's like realistically, I can only do a few. So, or I don't know. We need to share how many I can do, but you know what I'm talking about. It's just,
yeah, it gets complicated pretty quick when you're popping whole and multiple whole packs of multiple things, at once. It gets a bit hectic.
Do you
which headband did H&O use in Angel Band? It was probably not the 56, the other one.
Dude, I literally just looked at that pack the other night.
I'm pretty sure. Remember. I'm pretty sure it was not the 56, and that it was the one colloquially known as Lumpa's headband.
I think you're right.
I think it's that one.
Or is it I can't remember.
LA.
Or I was gonna say maybe the other one. I can't remember.
Doubt it.
I can't remember.
LA, that isn't even a headband.
I can't remember, bro. You could probably have somebody find it. I can't remember.
One of the other shows we're going to be doing soon as well is finally, I think, laying it out about the Maui. And when we refer to the Maui, we're not talking about the Maui Wowie. We're not referring to the Maui Wowie CSI uses. We're referring specifically to the Maui that was talked about on the show that had a very grandiose story about an old man in Amsterdam. We got to the bottom of this story in Chicago with the crew that actually went and got the seeds, not in Amsterdam, but in, I believe, California or Oregon. And it's a very revealing story, and it's one more nail in the coffin on a series of stories from a specific individual. And and still working on the real story of Mendo Perps as well. But this one's the Chicago dudes were not happy. So we'll see.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm excited for some more interviews where I can just sit back and watch. Oh yeah. Pull my dong out.
Of the Maui. It was good. Like the smoking of it, the actual physical smoking qualities wasn't so great, kind of like how Shore is, where it didn't smoke the greatest, but boy, the effects were strong.
Yeah. Denali said you can't remember everything you smoke at one of the parties. No, you can't.
True.
You can't. I do remember that that first true haze high I feel like I've actually got was at one of those parties, dude. With what's his name? Old Clark. Yeah, dude, that was fun. That was a fun trip, dude. I think about that often.
Muff is asking about is Mojave between 40 to 50-ish and pretty tall. I've never seen him in person, but yeah, I only know one Mojave Richmond, and great dude, amazing musician. I like him a lot, and I'd love to have him on the show. He's agreed to do it, and I just need to bother the shit out of him, really. But he has some pretty integral parts in a lot of different stories that are actually backed up and verified by other people, which is a big factor when it comes to tracking down provenance of cuts, stories, and all that. A lot of people don't understand how much of the human component goes into tracking down and sourcing cuts. A lot of people think, oh, I got it from Purple City at this club, and no, not shitting on Purple City. They've whatever. But just for example,
Right.
and the, I got it from this club and it was labeled this, good enough. And it's like, or they got it from, a random seed maker selling seeds on Instagram. And really if you don't know the person, you don't know what they're like, then you don't know if they're going to tell you a lie or not. And it took me a long time to really, really figure that out, that the key to sourcing is to find how much of a liar your source is. And sometimes it takes years and years to figure out how full of shit someone truly is, especially if they speak very confidently. That's what a con man is a confidence man, and lots of learning bumps along the way.
You gotta have buddies, the butt buddies, like you and Screwson and these other guys. I got questions. I'll just write I got thin mint cut. Like it looked like it to me. Best. Like you get to a certain point with those cuts when you're trying to source them, right? Like you can only do it, especially if you've never seen them in person before, right? There's only so many pathways you can take. So like it is difficult, man. And the only thing I could say about that kind of shit with my little bit of experience that I got is, if the price can like dictate a few things. Like if it's too good to be true, that might be one thing. But my thought is always like, well, if it's not too crazy of a price, I can roll the dice on this if I'm interested in it, and then go through that process at the best I can. And like, talking to you and asking guys and being like, yo, what is this? That I actually have experience with them. Be like, yo, does this look like it? And hopefully like do a meetup and let them sample it. And that's all you can really do. Like, because how can you be like, if you're being truthful to yourself and everyone else, like if you've never experienced it or whatever, like how can you really know on any of those cuts, really? Like even off of a picture, right? You really need to like do your like there's certain cuts, obviously, like you look at like shoreline. I can swear I can pick like the 91 out pretty good now. I feel like obviously stuff like the headband. I feel like train wreck. There's a few plants out there that are pretty obvious, right? I feel like to a degree, but yeah,
But
all you can do. Go ahead.
you still don't know if the rest ones, right?
Yeah,
Like Chem91,
yeah,
the S
yeah,
one looked just like the mom and had
yeah.
a lot of the same traits, and same with Trainwreck. Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, that's something that kind of burnt me out a little bit on weed sometimes, or genetics and seeds, is like really like when you kind of look at it, it's not all bullshit, but a large majority of stuff that you've read or you think about stuff, or you think about certain plants, it's kind of all bullshit, and it's really comes down to like, for me, I've kind of got to a point where I'm like, well, do I like this plant? Do I like this smoke? Do I enjoy smoking it? Is this something I want to grow? And if it is, it's kind of, I just rock with it at that point, right? I don't know, dude. I get
Jeep 420 asked who's got the real head. There is no like real true
real
headband.
the real.
So there was a cut named headband in the New York crew, and as I was told by the guys from Sour, the Sour crew, the original Sour crew, Bondo, Swell, there's one more, Bondo. Oh yeah. Talking to them, there was a cut named Headband, but no one passed it and they let it die. Now, so that's the one that most people think is still passed around to this day. It is not. The second time Headband popped up was when Mojave took an OG Kush cut out to New York, and they didn't want it named the same thing because there was a lot of people that would be real pissed if OG made it to New York. So it got a different name, and it was named Headband. So the real Headband would just be the OG Kush, which would be the 56. And I still think 56 is the stupidest name, but that's the one.
Right. Ryan Chase asks, has anyone run the H&L Shoreline times chemdog? Probably not out of us. I don't think. I'm sure somebody has, but I made a bunch of those myself, so I think I have that pack from him, but I made a bunch myself. So if I was gonna run them, and I actually made those for Screwston, but then literally I didn't know H&L was making them, and H&L did a drop, and he literally had made them too as well. So I just have a bag of them, and I don't know. I just don't. It's just they're big ass seeds. I will say there's some big ass. big congers of seeds, dude. They're huge. But yeah,
Yeah,
no, I haven't popped
popcorn
any.
kernels on it.
Yeah, I haven't popped them or nothing. It's like when I'm sure Matt and other people can agree. It's like sometimes you make stuff or you do some pollen chucking or whatever. You throw some cuts in there for your buddies or just because it just happens to be there to fill a space. So like for me, like I know that Screwston really like shoreline. So if I can get it in there, I'll throw. If anyone ever asks me, hey man, if you ever come across this or if you have this, if I have the space, I'll throw it in there just to, even if I get 100, 200, 300 seeds, just to give it away to my buddies. I kind of do that type of deal. What's up, Kyle? I hope you got the right 56. You can tell, dude. How tall is it, Kyle? Is it
It
big
grows
yet?
like if you got like 4 foot and you can only take one clone, you might have it, because
Yeah,
got some
yeah,
crazy internode length. You're
yeah. Even
definitely
when
going to need to support it if it
that's
is the 56.
that's
This is
why I took.
literally.
Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was really gonna say that's why I took 3 snips of it out of when I brought those back from Virginia. I took 3 snips of it because the guy that I got them from, he had them in solo cups, dude. I swear to God, they were in like a little miniature tent that was like 3 foot tall or 4 foot tall or something on a desk, and they were literally at the ceiling while everything else is like a few inches tall, and the internodal spacing on them is like that. There's literally one set of leaves, dog, looking like some old ass celery, kind of yellowed out a little bit. I put these in literally bottled water, like to get them back. I didn't have nothing, so and they made it, dude. Every one of those snips made it. I was just like, damn, just one little set of leaves on them. But the internodal spacing on these fucking things, because of the way the situation it was in, they were like literally, it's like 10 inches, 12 inches in between those sets, dude. So yeah, so I couldn't believe I got those back. It blew my mind. And of course, they're
So
kind of. Go ahead, sorry.
as we're sitting here talking about headband, we have, and not calling you out, dude. This is the common thought. This is like what I was just talking about. Someone says, I have it. I took mine to a harvest cup, and someone said that's headband. It does. It feels like your head is in a vice. That's what headband is. I just can't. When we spend the show talking about like the specifics of what headband is, where it came from, what it actually is, and that it's just OG Kush, and history lays that to be very pure. Weed hits everyone differently. Brain chemistry is different. Just because it makes your head feel like it's in a vice does not make it a headband, nor does it mean everybody else is going to feel like their head is in a vice, and that's not what headband is. It was a rename of OG Kush. Now, OG Kush doesn't make everyone feel like their head's in a vice. And I'll leave it at that. Yeah. But it's not that you're the only one who thinks that. It's a very common way of thinking in cannabis. And if you're a breeder and you think like that and you're making seeds, someone should line you up against a wall and yeah.
Lick your butthole.
Yeah, lick your butthole. It's not how things are done. That kind of mindset it's not helpful. It's not helpful when people are convinced that because some random person, and for example, I'll tell you a story. It's probably going to piss off old P-Blood again, but when we went to the Adam Dunn Cup, P-Blood is one of the original chem guys, along with Joe Brand, that sold the original bag of seeds to Chemdog Greg. He brought Chem 4 and entered it as Chem D, and I watched a whole room of people tell him how awesome his Chem D was. And only a few of us in the room were like, why is this labeled Chem D if it's Chem 4?
Right.
And I've watched him verify cuts for people and all kinds of other stuff, but what people didn't know is that P-Bud did not grow that cut for a very long time. He was one of the last to get it. He was a part of selling the bag of weed. He was there that had the seeds in it, but he wasn't passed back the cut for a very long time. So going to people that are part of any stories even to verify stuff isn't even necessarily the best way to do it.
Dude, earlier you said if there was any cuts out there that I want or I would look to get, if I could, it would probably be like the 1 and the 4, probably. If there, I know you said a long time ago that the 1's like the rarest one, I think.
Yes. Yeah.
I'd love to get those, but I also wanted to ask if anybody has ran those S1s yet from Caleb yet. I've been thinking about getting
Ooh, I
some,
don't
but
know.
I don't know if anybody's ran them yet or not. But yeah,
The one for
that's
me
the
is drastically different. I mean, it has some cheminess to it, but it reminds me of a super silver haze chem type.
yeah.
Um, lots of myrcene, lots of myrcene, and I know it tests very high for myrcene. Four is very different from one. I like four a lot, and oddly enough, like back in the day, there were so many fake cuts of D, but there were not any real fake cuts of four running around. It was like it was so widely passed by people that, and during a time when collectives were carrying it, you could go to any collective, grab a four, and be pretty well assured you have the four, and it just didn't have a lot of fakes out there. And I hope it's still like that. I know less people are carrying it, but I think it's one of the better chems. And it's not a pure chemdog. It is not a sister to chemdog, like a lot of people claim, but it is very good.
Yeah.
Same with one.
Yeah, I'd like to use some Matt Elite's work and kind of hit them to some of the older cuts and kind of open that back up. I know people have done it already a million times, but just for myself mostly. But yeah, just I don't know. I kind of want to get into some actual breeding, dude. Instead of just chucking and stuff like that. I mean, I guess you could call it making little selections, but for the most part, just goofing off and making seeds for my homies and stuff. But I kind of want to get into something more serious and I think yeah, like kind of fuck with Mad Elite stuff and some of the cuts, like the older ones, like the D and the 91 and stuff like that. And I like running the cuts, but I would like to have a close version of it that's got a little bit more vigor to them and just healthier overall, right? I'm not the best grower in the world, so it's like if I can get a easier, it's kind of like Screwston's hunt for shorelines. I can find some kind of you know yeah, just looking for that kind of stuff. That's kind of gonna be my jam for the next year or two, I think. Just fucking with that stuff and
Muff is asking what Death Star smells like. The best
well,
way I can describe it is burnt rubber and wasabi.
yeah. Well, which one? The real one or all the
The
fake
real,
ones out there?
the only real one. Yeah, the only real
Yeah,
one
the
was
wasabi.
wasabi is like I always would call it like a spice cabinet, but the last
Yeah,
time I got some and Bitter pointed it out, I was like, dude, this is like horseradish, and he's
yeah,
like wasabi, and I was like, wait a minute, yes, that's more accurate, and it has like the Chem 91 tennis ball funk,
yeah.
like burnt tennis ball.
It's super loud, dude. It's probably some of the more louder weed I've ever smoked. The if it's the
Oh,
same cut as you guys got,
stop, Frank, shut the. Is this the Frank?
Frank
Stop.
Labur Burra. I
Stop. It
can't.
is
I
not
can't
OG
read.
Kush and Sour Diesel. This story is not ever like the only person who thought that or named it that was Swerve, and you're many
Let's
years late
see.
to the party with the OG Kush and Sour Diesel being hit. It's not that, and no Master Kush was never added to any of it. I just can't. I can't, sir. Glove slap.
Yeah. Well,
right
I don't remember what
into
we're talking about. The hell were we talking about?
I don't know. That threw me off.
Yeah, me too, dude. Bong Coke says he's growing some of the blue hype Appy F3s looking cool. Yeah, man, I hope so. Those are just like a random chuck I did years ago. That was like my second little pollen chuck. So hopefully we found something cool in them. I mean, that great blue hype is the first time I experienced the mom of those plants is the first time I experienced Matt's blue terps and kind of blew my mind and made me a fan of that kind of stuff. I was like, wow, dude. I couldn't believe it. I said blue.
This fool just told me to Google it. Instead of Googling it, I just went to the people who were there, verifiably there, and found out what it was because that's how research is done. You don't just Google it and wait on AI to tell you what it is. That's, again, you can do that, but when you come to a place where there's a bunch of like breeders, seed makers, and people that have been collecting for as long as you've probably been alive, Googling it really is not a good way. I mean, you could trust Leafly for your shit, but that's not advisable. I'm trying to help you, and we already went over what exactly headband was, who it came from. The very first time any cut was called headband, and then it was dropped. Who it came from, why the name was changed, where it was changed, who took it from California to New York and what it is now. I don't know how I could break it down any better, but I guess Google it.
Well, Googling it is how you get Cali
Yeah.
Connections answer.
Yeah, right.
I mean, again, I think he probably just has like the 56 that he's running. It's not, I don't know. It's not that big of a.
Yeah, it's not a big mystery. Woo! And it's not sour diesel. No, sour diesel is very different. Sour diesel is very different, sir. There is stuff, like I said, from Swerve. Oh, look at my cute little baby. There he is. Oh, there he is. Yeah, if you're saying it's OG Kush sour diesel, that would be a Swerve thing. And Swerve is probably one of the most clowned seed makers to ever exist on Earth by everyone.
He used his name as a verb. I've been swerved a time or two for sure.
Yeah. Kush times sour, it says on Leafly. How did I know it was a Leafly thing? Mwah. There you go.
Hey,
I knew it.
Wasn't there some dude named Doom Seeds that just ripped everybody's shit off? Was it you that told me about that? Or some Doom Genetics or something? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-mm.
Somebody was saying, maybe I had a dream, dude. I could have sworn you told me about some dude named Doom, and he just literally ripped everybody's shit off and like started selling their shit, their genetics, I don't know, dude.
No, that's a new one to me.
Maybe that's I'm gonna become Doom.
Yeah, you need to become Doom. You are Doom. What are you talking about?
I am Doom. I am Doom. DoomGenetics.com. Oh, don't. Beep, beep. Sorry, we gotta be careful. Yeah.
I mean, we're not monetized now, so
it's
a lot different kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, I've even had some notes,
well,
and it was
hold on, fellas. Let's not get too wild. Before either, so and they still got it.
Yeah. So. We can't jump the. Well, I can't even say that word probably. We can't. We can keep our sticks on the ice, as my grandfather would say.
What we call this, Frank? Google this. Lolcow. 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 And we'll leave it there. I can't anymore.
Well, I mean, you just look up the guy. There's it's not a secret internet thing about Mojave Richmond, Yeah. You can look him up. You'll believe that. I'll just say that.
I used to have the video on our page until it was deleted of Mojave Richmond talking about the headband. And Josh D, who is the original OG Kush guy. Shout out Josh, even though he's probably mad at me for correcting stuff.
I'll polish his balls.
Yeah, I like Josh. I've always liked Josh, but there was some drama with a guy named Ghost that keeps Cali Kush Farms that calls himself Ghost. That is not the original Ghost. He was not the Ghost OG guy. The real original Ghost OG guy was from Michigan, and it was posted on Josh's site. This is history. This is Ghost. And I said, that's not Ghost. And most of us know that's not Ghost. Ghost and Oregon Kid, kind of did stuff together and then ended up fighting. And Ghost from Michigan is a kind of hermity guy. Not super friendly, but I like him. And Ghost actually hit me up when the first time this guy popped up calling himself Ghost on the Adam Dunn show. And if you were around for the Adam Dunn show, you know that many a scammer were brought on there to tell their story, and it was all given equal weight. And Mitch Shanasa did a great job trying to put that down. But, he eventually left Adam Dunn's show, and now it's just Scammer Nation.
Well, fuck that show, but that show did so much good for your show. Because if you click, I think all of us probably clicked the fucking OG story or whatever that was on there. If you never had watched his show before, that was like the story. When you go down the rabbit hole of looking where these certain strains come up, that's the first video that would pop up on YouTube 4 or 5 years ago. And when you watch that one, I started listening to it. I'm like, dude, something seems weird about this. Which I've said this years ago, maybe on the show, but on the tab of YouTube on the side, there was literally CSI panel, and then your show with Nodso, and I forget which show specifically it was, but every time I would watch one of those done shows, I only watched a couple, but when I'd watch them, your shit would be right there on the side, and that's actually how I found your channel. Was when I was looking up where Granddaddy Perp came from and stuff. Obviously, I ranged the kin bullshit. I was like, this dude is nuts. Like hanging out with rappers and shit. And I get to down that rabbit hole and get on the OG story, and of course I don't know shit, so I'm just watching it or whatever. And then I thought they were kind of goofy, so I click on yours and I watch CSI and a panel with him, and then a thing about you, and I start watching your show right after that. So that show probably put a lot of people onto your show. The algorithms, like not to like give it props or anything, but you're just saying like, that's why I found your show. Actually, it was because of that show. It's kind of crazy.
A lot of people that don't know, you could probably still go find this episode of the OG Kush story. And there was a guy named Dave Richards that went on the Adam Dunn show claiming that a guy named Frank Gigax, who is a real person that had a big, massive underground bunker and was popped. And he said he went there after the feds had popped him and found some seeds, grabbed them, grew them, and that's how OG Kush came to be. And a lot of people believe this story. So instead of just listening to a story, I went and found Frank Gigax. And his daughter happened to live in San Diego, so we went out for breakfast, and she called her dad on the phone. And I linked up Frank Gigax with Adam Dunn. And Adam Dunn had just given Frank Richards a Lifetime Achievement Award, which is fucking hilarious, and hired him to work for his company, just off his word. And I bring out Frank Gigax, and he's like, that guy's a fucking liar. Like, I don't know who he is. I didn't write a grow book. Like, because another part of Dave Richards' story was that Frank Gigax gave him his special breeder's book on how to breed and all of his notes. And it turned out, no, it was, he said, I wrote a grow book in jail for idiots on growing 101. I didn't write any breeding book. I didn't breed. We were growing commercially. We didn't breed and make seeds. That's stupid. Why would I do that with a big bunker space, make seeds? Seed sales weren't big at the time. And it all made sense. And Frank Gigax's story, absolutely amazing. I'm not sure if he's still with us because he was very old at the time. But I eventually got him to go on their show. Oh shit. Frank doesn't like it. Oh yeah? Who created Granddaddy Perp? Well, if you go watch the video, Ken Estes, Story of Granddaddy Perp, you'll hear about 4 different ways that he got it. It was from Native Americans who thought he was a great white man, and it was a medicine man who gave it to him in front of headlights in front of a car. But no, he was one of the many people who wasn't a part of the genesis of that story. Now, was it Chris Jockey, who is missing, aka buried up in the hills of Humboldt? And that sucks. I would love to do a show on Jockey. I'd love to have his friends come on and talk about him. I think it's an important part of the story, but still don't know who made Granddaddy Purple. And in fact, it's probably just the same thing as Purple Urkel at one point. Some people say it's Purple Urkel crossed to Salmon Creek Big Bud, but Ken said it was from Vietnam vets who brought back a skunk, and all of a sudden he had this magical purple. And none of it makes any sense. Vietnam vets were not growing skunk wine. It just didn't happen. It all so stupid. But then again, you can Google it, dude. So why are you asking us anything?
Yeah, just Google it, dog. Yeah, man. Somebody said, "What?" I saw a question. I forgot where it was. Sorry, my screen's little. I'm on the phone today. Kyle says, "I found the Syndicate looking for strawberry cough info." I think. Yeah. Speaking of which, Matt, it was strawberry cough. Actually, really strawberry.
Yes, it was very strawberry. DJ Nitro is the person to go look and find the true story of strawberry cough, not Kyle Cushman. What we have is strawberry cough today that's known as strawberry cough, and the clone passed around. It may not be the Kyle Cushman strawberry cough, may not be the original strawberry cough. It may be strawberry cough number 2 or a hybrid of. We don't really know. DJ Nitro and there's a few other guys on YouTube that have popped out of the woodworks that gave Kyle Cushman the strawberry cough. They have a lot of say in what it was and how it worked.
Did you ever run it or know a lot about it? Like seen it in person?
I've seen it in person a lot, but I always ran the strawberry cream, which was a strawberry cough hybrid, which was much more strawberry and more true breeding.
when she did could you smell the like the I guess if it did have a strawberry smell to it, could you smell that early on in flower, or at what point did you start to smell that?
No, not necessarily. Like it's definitely one that comes on later in flower, and it's another one that you have to cure to get the strawberry to come back very heavy.
Well, I was gonna make a comment on there's a in Michigan there's a cut of it supposedly that's floating around. I got it, but when I started flowering it out, it just seemed like a little bit. Uh, it was just slower, dude, and like it was stacking nice and everything, but like I ended up just cutting it down and made some room for something else because it had like almost no smell to it whatsoever, dude. And I was just thinking to myself, there's no way this is the real cut, dude. So ended up just tossing it. But yeah, I don't know if it was really it. Probably wasn't, obviously. But I was thinking like, man, shouldn't this be like having some kind of smell or something, dude, or some kind of berry or strawberry, something. There's just like nothing, kind of real bland. So I was just like, this ain't even it. Some of those older cuts that float around up there are not. Those are the ones you got to watch out for, right? Especially like up there where I was at. But like a lot of the modern cuts, the stuff you can get, they're pretty. You can find those pretty easy. But the older stuff, the Death Star was the one, another fake one I got. It was totally not that one that the Syndicate has, like the wasabi smell. This was like, I don't know what it was, dude. It was just not it. But yeah, fake cuts
Loiger
happens.
asked, was strawberry cough and NL5 haze cuts? Now, this is where it's kind of confusing, right? In the original story from all those guys, not referring to Kyle Cushman, the strawberry fields part was totally made up, didn't exist, made up from scratch. However, there was a cut called cough in it, but cough itself is a strain, the cough, Fort Collins cough. However, were there other strains called cough? Weed makes you fucking cough, probably. So it's like they had one called strain called cough, and it's hard to say. The Fort Collins cough was supposed to be an NL5 haze cut, but I don't know any of the original true Fort Collins cough guys, so I couldn't say.
No, okay. Yeah, Midwest says CSI's Bubba and strawberry cough was extremely strawberry smelling. Maybe I'll check out. I think I got some of the strawberry cough packs or some hybrids. Maybe I'll look into them. Yeah, that's something that flavor I've been looking for. Kind of. I got a hypier cut that's kind of in that range, but it's more like candy strawberry. And I was just kind of wanted to see the different spectrums of strawberry, or if there are any out there, or what y'all's experiences are with any of them.
Best is strawberry cream, hands down. Would never want to grow anything else. Strawberry. I did a lot of work with that over the years, and I tried to perfect strawberry. I did it with my strawberry switchblade. I felt like that everything was coming out strawberry in that line, and yeah, and I kind of left it after that. And
Why, Matt? Why? You fucking me. Why don't you let me lick that asshole?
Bitter was the recipient of all things strawberry for me, as well as Monkey at Zoo. They both got all
Nice.
of my strawberry stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And Bitter's carrying on the P91, the strawberry stuff, and
That's cool.
there's no one better to do it. He takes a lot of time in his work. He doesn't just release a hybrid and that's that, and make that cheddar. Like a
Yeah.
lot of it he keeps for himself and just slowly works it, and then we see it years later.
He makes cheddar? I want in on this.
Cheddar, it's a cheese hybrid.
Yeah. Smells like berries.
There's August. Hey, thanks, Augie. Augie was one of the people who reached out when I was really sick, and I wasn't too sure what's going on, and him and his lady helped push me into going to the doctor and hospital. So, shout out to Augie.
Is that West?
Yes.
Where is he talking at? Because I only see the YouTube stuff right now, I think.
Oh, that's on Rumble. I'm about yeah.
My bad, guys. If there was questions coming from those, I guess I'm only seeing. Well, I'm seeing YouTube and Twitch, but I don't see Rumble.
That's
Yeah.
all that's showing up on this. I have Rumble pulled up separately.
Okay. Sorry, Rumble people. My bad.
Shy 707, who I believe is a Humboldt native. I don't know how a lot of these growers and breeders who historically made strain claims never got arrested. Yeah, dude. Like making a strain claim back in the day was pretty bold, especially before SB 420 or Prop 215. Perhaps they were never actually doing anything growing to be arrested in the first place. Possible. And a lot of us, and I wasn't around like pre SB 420 myself. I wasn't growing, doing any of that. There are a lot of guys that were, but
built different back then, Matt.
yeah, most people were dealing a lot more than just weed. I mean, to supplement their
Yeah.
income. So yeah, it would be very ballsy to do that.
I want to polish those balls. Those sound like massive ones. They
Strawberry
don't.
banana. I don't grow anything DNA. Not interested. Never have been interested in anything DNA. So yeah, that's just personal thing.
Strawberry
They
banana.
they started from the beginning, getting C99 from Soma, renaming it to Cantaloupe Haze, and the rest is history. They were some of the first white labelers doing it in mass, and then having once who was it? I can't remember that. It's been a while. The strawberry banana people get involved with them. Big falling out. I just never. I couldn't get behind it to try it, and I've worked all the bananas. I worked my strawberry really hard, and then I made strawberry banana stuff myself. So never had a reason to grow any of that. Um, yeah, and people think it is like mixing perfumes, and that you can only get bubble gum from mixing strawberry and banana, and that's not necessarily the case. It's actually very hard to do that, and bubble gum, trying to chase a bubble gum via strawberry and banana strains is very hard.
Oh yeah. What the hell is that?
Jingling,
Runtz.
that's my balls.
No one
Your-
changed anything.
Yeah, probably a raccoon.
It's your what do they call your dick piercing?
A Prince
Oh, what's
Albert.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have seen it. You should have seen it when I was in the MRI machine. Shot out of my cock like a rocket. Broke the machine. Should have disclosed it.
Do you think
4 holes in my cock now?
do you think guys that got their dongs pierced are more likely to get shocked by like lightning?
I would think so. We should have Sean. We should have Sean. I accuse him of that all the time because he knows so much about Prince Albert. I know they have to sit to pee, but I've been having to do that with not being able to use my stomach muscles. It's real weird.
Bro, you say that, and in Michigan, I don't know if their dongs are small or what. No offense, guys. I'm just saying, you go take a shit up there, and the toilets, the way they're designed at some of those older houses, my balls and my dick literally just flop right down into the water, like the angle of the commodes, like the design elements of these toilets, these older toilets up in some of these older houses up there. I'm like, what the fuck? Your cock is, just immediately in the water, dude. And I'm like 3 inches on a good day. So, like,
Yeah.
you understand? Like, if my dick is in the water, something's terribly wrong.
That's terrifyingly wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. I don't
Nice.
understand it. Never
Your balls,
seen that.
your balls are hitting the water before your dick. That's something.
Yeah.
Something needs to be assessed.
Yeah. Yeah, hell yeah.
Crockett family. That's who I was thinking of, and they had their own issues. So it was just like two sus groups in a row. I can't grow shit from shitheads, and knowing them and knowing DNA. Yeah, it's two shitheads in a row. We got 2 strikes. I won't waste the time growing it, but I'm glad other people do to see.
Yeah,
It's just
I've
what it
ran
is.
I think it was like one of a hybrid of the strawberry banana, and I will say that like it was pretty strawberry. That was another one but the hybrid I ran of it was like a more modern like candy strain that I didn't care for, and I was just like, dude,
They
the
didn't
strawberry,
even come around till way later. They were not an old company. They were
right?
very, I mean, relative to when I started and watched people come and go, they were very late in the game. Crockett
Yeah.
Family Farm, and
Yeah.
that goes back to Tangy, and we know what Tangy was, and it wasn't what they said, so it was just
Candy?
already lies upon lies upon lies stacked. So yeah,
I'm old Tangy. Yeah, dude. Yeah, it wasn't that. It did the smoke, that highbrow smoke of it didn't get me that high, but there was a little bit of that like strawberry vibe going on. But I actually found something better and just tossed it.
yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
KD did some P91 crust to strawberry cream, which I am excited to look through. I can't even imagine where that takes it. And I believe some of those went out in the 60 wrap,
Hell
whatever
yeah,
we
Jay.
call it. Whatever we call it. Goodie bags.
The
Goodie
goodie sack. The
Yes.
coin purse.
And I want to say also, I apologize to anybody who's waiting on anything, any merch. The hospital thing, and a few weeks before it, I was scratching my skin off.
Your balls.
So yeah, it's a little lagged, and I can't really move my torso to move and pack seeds yet. But it's one of those things. We'll get there.
Shit happens, man. Like if people don't, I'm sure most of your fans and your friends and stuff, they all get it. I mean, you're sick, dude. It's part of it.
A lot of people aren't in the Discord though, or hear that. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I know. That's a big reason why I came back, because not only because people were asking, but I was going to kind of distance myself from the internet for a while and work on starting my little family. And, something really brought me back. Well, a lot of things, mostly the people. But when Silver Pilot passed away, I was like, damn,
rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace. Like that. That's like one of our own members. We talk about some of the people in this shit that's older that, every once in a while somebody passes. So it's like, dude, you never know when somebody time's up, or even your own. So I just kind of thought to myself, like, maybe it's risky, but I'll stick around and do what I want to do. And, who gives a shit? But yeah, but stuff like that made me realize, like, man, like, it's not just about like the weed really or whatever. It's not even really about the weed really at all. But it kind of made me, I don't know. He came in the Discord, and I sent him some free packs, and I don't know. It kind of fucked me a little bit, to be honest with you.
That was a hard one, dude. Yeah, I talked to him in DMs a lot. He was an absolute sweetheart. Like,
yeah,
I don't like losing friends. I hate it.
Yeah,
more than anything. And he was a friend.
It's just a bad situation, man. I really like that guy.
That was an asked for. Shawnee went. I haven't seen Shawnee in ages. And I will be honest, Shawnee gave me very good advice about booting someone from the server. And I was trying to give this guy as much leeway as I could. Herb's Little Dick, I think his name was. And I was trying to give him, like, he hadn't done anything outright to break any rules. So I was like, I'm not just going to bully people or be a dick. But in the end, Shawnee was right. Shawnee was absolutely right. So he kind of left after that, shortly, not right after, but shortly thereafter. And I hope he's doing well. Miss him a lot. Our Canadian master troll.
Yeah. People come and go, man. I mean, shit, dude. Just for me being around, it's been like 3.5 years now. Like, so it's been a while, dude. Like, time just rolls by, dude. People come and go all the time. There for a while, there was a lot of people that were getting fucking banned left and right, dude. People were there. That was like a bloodbath. Anybody that's in the Discord now don't realize how easy and chill it is compared to back in the day, dude. This is more cutthroat. A lot of trolling, and it was fun. But like, there's a lot of people that probably, I don't know if they'd want to be in there nowadays if the way it used to be. It's a little hardcore probably for your average Jimmy. I've made a few people cry. What can I say? Shawnee made some people cry.
Yeah, definitely. I've never made people cry. I'm a really nice guy.
Been called all kinds of stuff underneath the sun.
That's a fucking lie. You've had a person fucking confess their love to you and how they were gonna like wear your skin and all sorts of weird shit. He cried.
Yeah,
he's still crying.
Yeah, there's some weirdos out there.
And he started impersonating old Chuck Dizzle over there too.
Dude, I have so many fake accounts that are not me. I swear, there are like a bunch of accounts out there that are just not me. So please don't get trolled, guys. I don't really talk at all hardly anymore on the internet. If I do, it's in the Discord or on my little Instagram page. But there's only one, and so like be careful if someone's asking you for anything or whatever. Just don't pay attention to that, because there are a bunch of like fake accounts out there.
Yeah, and it's definitely not Chucky.
It's not me, dude.
Other than dick pics.
He's not asking for your nudes.
Right. This is the first time I've had my phone to really even like get on social medias outside of like maybe posting a little music video or something. This is the first time I picked up my phone and used it in like 2 weeks. I don't really I'm just kind of a hermit. I'm on my hermit mode right now. I'm under the waterfall, meditating. Chemdog style, just smoking a lot of chems, trying to figure out my next path or my next journey in this shit. I guess you could say.
Yeah. Yeah, Shawnee didn't have some fans, that's for damn sure. And some of it was because he was very happy to flex that he could boot anyone anytime he wanted because he was a mod, and that didn't turn out well for some. You know what I mean? It rubbed people wrong, and I didn't
Yeah,
love that part, but I got to know the guy behind it, and he was alright. But there's also KT. Like KT's an amazing dude, and he didn't like KT and made sure KT knew it, and I didn't like that at all. KT's one of the best, also one of the best archivists in our scene. So yeah.
yeah, yeah. I take 1,000-fold. You're right, but I'm just wondering how you even knew I was Nigerian, dude. It's fucking crazy.
Does Thousandfold know you're having a baby yet?
Oh yeah. Other than I am Nigerian, but a point 1.15 percentile. No, but yeah, dude, I'm having a kid, having a baby on purpose. You know.
On purpose, even.
Yeah, I got to
Not
right
with a
the
man
wrong.
this time. It's
Yeah,
weird.
yeah. I moved out of California, so. But yeah, dude, having a kid, dude. So I'm hoping he is better than me in life because I suck big balls. You know.
Yeah, pass down some good genetics. No, I
I'm
don't mean
hoping.
seeds.
I'm hoping he's smart like her and hung like me.
Self-pollination on his chest is how it happened.
I'm hoping he's S1. He comes out just like me, dude. You know. I'm
Chuck found a
hoping.
cousin gonna make some F2s.
Yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I mean, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, man.
Yeah, the cherry berries, the cherry AK-47 blue bonnet. Yeah, there was cool shit in there. The one thing with cherry AK is that it smelled so good, and it had like, it reminded me of a black cherry Luden's cough drop with some skunk. It was really cool. The only thing I would turn up the potency on it, and that's what it's. I know it sounds weird to some people, but bonnet can turn up the potency on shit. Blueberry done right. I think I may have solved the complex background of bonnet, maybe, or at least have a better idea now. Me and Caleb have talked about it for a long time and sat there and tried to pick it apart, and I think we may have hit the old ding ding ding, but we'll save that for another episode since we are 2 hours in. Holy
Yeah.
shit, time flies.
We're rocking out tonight. Somebody asked this Chuck from Florida. He looks like he's from Florida in the shades. No, but I've spent a lot of Florida. I spent a lot of time in Pensacola, Destin, and Fort
Penis
Walton.
cola.
I love Florida, dude. I don't give a fuck. That's probably my favorite place to go outside of where I'm from. Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah,
like Florida a lot.
penis
Yeah,
cola.
I like how like kind of dingy it is, but then it's nice on down there too, you know. And I don't know. I go to like the chill spots where like all the old people are, the retirement community, so it's kind of chill. But yeah, I don't know, man. If I could move anywhere else, if I had money and could live anywhere, I would live in Florida for sure. Probably. Yeah, I'm a beach dude. I feel like if in another lifetime I was born under like a pier somewhere. Well, I could have been. I was born in California, but no, I'm not too far from Florida. But yeah. Yeah, I love Florida,
San
dog.
Quentin shy. Yeah, so I guess you guys got anything? Oh, we need it. Pax got his Dream Theater 2 stuff coming out, so keep your eyes peeled. Hit him up if you're into it. Especially if you're part of the Discord, it's a lot easier to get a hold of them. We
Yeah.
also have Farmer Freeman's stuff as far as his codes. If you're a part of the Discord, you get 10% off. If you're not, you're just a fan of the show, you can get 5% off with Syndicate 5 is the coupon code. Hit up Farmer Freeman. There's sex testing. There's viroid testing. There's powdery milk. There's all kinds of testing on there. Fusarium. I highly recommend it. Every home grower should be using it, whether you're popping seeds and you want to know if the seeds have any kind of disease that carries through to the seed, whether you're bringing in clones. And if you're bringing in clones, I don't understand why you wouldn't use that, because it's a great service. I really, really want you all to use that, and we don't get kickbacks on that part, right? It's just, it's necessary.
That's
Great
right.
guy, great team, and we'll always continue dealing with them.
Yeah, Matt. And when I was really freaking out and thought I was going to lose my stuff, and thought my chemd was sick, I reached out to Farmer Freeman, and it solved all my problems.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
That's
No,
it.
yeah. Great
And
service.
tomorrow, the homeboy Fluffy is fighting a guy named Gregory Rodriguez, who's terrifying. Fluffy's in better shape than he's ever been. Been training with, oddly enough, Strickland, who he fought last time. He got locked in
Nice.
with Strickland, and I truly believe he has made Strickland a much better person. Now you see Strickland talking less negative about brown people because he's met
Oh
a
yeah, I've
fucking
seen
NorCal
that
Mexican.
shit.
He is met a NorCal Mexican who is a good person and fights and is a hard worker, and it has completely flipped his shit. And it's crazy to watch the change in Strickland. And all it took was someone that he beat in the ring to come say, I want to better myself. I need to train with you. And he trained with them for this fight. And Fluffy, good friend, amazing fucking human being. I want everyone rooting for him. He's a grower. He's a fucking smoker. Get out there and root for Fluffy tomorrow in UFC.
You ain't got to go beat up on another man and get all sweaty with them to not be racist, Matt. All you got to do is, you find a pretty woman that's not the color you are, and when they bend over, that might be the two prettiest burnt pieces of bologna you've ever seen, and
Yeah.
it'll change. Like, dude, yeah, it'll change your life. Big booties and whatnot. We'll just keep it at that, so we don't get in trouble. You know.
Happy birthday to my buddy Justin Pearson from 31G Records and the Locust and all the Def Club and all his other bands. What else is there? That's it for me. Come to the Discord. Go to Buy Me a Coffee. That's how you get there. The links are below in the description. And we're going to be hanging out at some point this weekend. My voice can only... I don't have much diaphragm use because there wasn't fucking a lot of stomach usage going on and stomach muscles I can't use. So you guys are getting the best of my voice right now, but I don't know if I'll be able to do a second one tonight. But sometime this weekend, and we're going to be watching the fights together tomorrow. So if you want to join in, there it is. Yeah, Ishai, that's how I feel. And yeah, now he's worried about, the Gaza and Palestine, and it seems like it's changed his views. And I think at first I was like, Fluffy, go out there and show him what a Mexican doing. Fucking get him.
It's hard. It's hard to believe that there's people out there that hate Mexicans, dude. They're always the nicest bros. Like around here, they're hard workers that help you out. Like they're cool. Like they're polite. They're way more good to me than I grew up most of my life like mowing grass for a living, dude, and be out in the sun and got a weed eater in my hand. So it's like that kindred spirit. Like around here, there's a lot of Mexican crews because there's a big Mexican population from the tobacco over the last 34 years. They've had kids, so like I don't like they've done some of the restaurants. They're the best people, man. Like I would say out of all the people I've met in life, out of if you want to get into races, like they've been the best people to me. I mean, yeah, always good. A lot of them out of Chicago, dude, are really great. I had a lot of customers back in the day, and they were great to me, dude. And shit, I got their whole family eventually where I could serve their whole family, and they took good care of me, man. I go drop stuff off, and they feed me, and usually had a pretty cousin there. They wouldn't let me date her. They wouldn't let me date her, but but yeah, they'd be like, we'll beat you up, bro. But yeah, they're great people, dude. So I don't see how you can really hate on people like that.
I
It's
mean,
weird.
that's my family's Mexican. I grew up on the Mexican side of my family, so I when people, people are going to realize this year too, and we're already seeing it here in the valley. This is the Ag Valley. There is barely any vegetables left in the stores, and if there are, they're skyrocketing in price. It's very, very expensive to eat affordably and healthy. And that's because ICE is running around like a bunch of assholes, taking them out and making them scared to go to work. And it's going to hit the whole nation very soon if it already hasn't. And if it's hit here, it's going to hit there. And I hope we all make it through this together because it's not going to be a fun time. I hope people put their lefts and rights and middles aside and realize that we just don't need billionaires making their buddies richer off what little we have left as a country and as a nation. And that's not left or right. That's just facts and humanist. And I hope we all have some humanist in ourselves.
That's why I got the pigs, Matt. We ain't going. Me and this baby are gonna make it. Chemdog made it back to where I'm at. We're gonna raise the kid. We're gonna get him involved at the age of 1 month. He's gonna be growing chemdogs, dude. We're gonna. Yeah. No. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, the world's getting crazy, man. I've been trying to grow my own stuff and vegetables and raise some chickens, and we're putting out eggs right now, Matt. We're putting out a lot of fucking eggs, dude. Everybody in my mom's. I need to get some
chickens myself.
Brother, everybody I know, I'm giving eggs away to. I got so many eggs.
But I could never kill a chicken, so that would be the hard part.
Yeah, when you have a kid
right now is chicken.
Hey, when you try to save some money and you got a kid on the way, you might kill some stuff. Yeah. Let's just say that.
It makes sense. Yeah.
I'll kill some chickens for my kids.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I would snap a chicken's neck.
Yeah, got it.
You got anything you want to say at the end?
No, not really. Just join the Discord and come have fun with us and learn together. We're trying to set up a fucking botany course so that all of us can learn. So yeah.
And we're working on a bunch of new guests. And Chuck, you got anything you want to say to the people?
Yeah, I am working on that chemdog video. It's gonna be a couple months. Been shooting a little bit every day, just trying to do my thing. But I wasn't gonna even make any more AI slop music because I'll be honest, it's AI slop. I never thought it was like that cool. I just thought it was interesting to do and kind of make.
It's fucking hilarious.
Make songs. Well, it works good because now I'll make some videos that more serious ones that I can put them in there. But there's a 3 or 4 like diehard people that like always like, man, when are you gonna put out something else or put this on Spotify? So I wasn't gonna do it anymore, but I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna make another one for those 4 or 5 people. So that'll be out August 30th. But that's pretty much it, dude. Oh shit.
And don't be like the person that came in here telling us about Leafly. You don't want to be that guy that ends up on the episode with your name and me saying it and saying stupid shit about Google it and
don't
be that guy.
Don't join the Discord talking about how autos are the flame. You might end up with a chemdog cut.
With that said, thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you, Screw and Chucky, for covering for me while I was out. And we will be back next week. Lots of love.
Later.
Want to sit at the table with the Syndicate? Check out our Patreon in our link tree or description below. Our merch site is officially live. We have all sorts of shirts, hoodies, and goodies to sort you out, and shipping is super fast, and most importantly, the quality is top-notch. I've been saving old designs for years for this purpose, so please check it out, syndicategear.com. We also have an underground Syndicate Discord where we get together and solve old strain history together daily. It's an amazing community of learning away from IG, and it's an amazing resource for old catalogs and knowledge. We hope you join our union of breeders and growers. Come check it out.